It's March the 10th, 2026. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. It's a T word. Tyrannical Tuesday?
Terrific.
Tyrannosaurus Rex Tuesday? I don't do the T days, but when I do, I get tripped up on the words that I should use. Terrific is, I guess. Anyway, we're off to a great start. Jeremy Lambert's already
Titty Tuesday.
Oh, that's a good one. We could do that. I feel like we can't do that though, right?
I don't have to watch my words today. You know,
Is that a thing?
Yeah, yesterday I tried to be on my best behavior with my words, because I had the tiny one was watching yesterday, and so I got to set a good example for the kids, and for anyone wondering why the little stuffed animals appeared yesterday. I'm trying to make my little tiny one happy and laugh and put a smile on her face. That's what we do. We put smiles on faces, right? So yeah, that's what yesterday was about. But today there's no children watching, at least as far as I know. So
none of yours.
Yeah, not mine. I don't care about the rest of these kids. No children watching. So we're gonna be cursing. We're going to be talking about stuff that you're not supposed to be talking about, all that good stuff.
Pretty par for the course kind of day, sounds like.
We're going to be talking about what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did to the Denver Nuggets when he put them over the barrel and just spanked their asses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Put that lipstick on them before he... Anyway, we'll have lots to talk about. Yes, I'm here today for two reasons. One is actually despite Jeremy, because I believe yesterday you would have almost certainly said that I ran from the grind and I was too show Joel.
Wow, that doesn't sound like me at all.
Well, it sounds like something you
accusations
would say, despite knowing the reality of the situation.
Accusations.
Well, chat, you can let me know if I'm right.
No, I'll admit what I said. I said, yeah, Joel's running from the grind. To show Joel. He said his back hurts, which I don't understand because I'm the one carrying the show every day. So that's why I didn't know why you were hurt, why you were out yesterday.
You suck. Okay, so yes, my back was sore all weekend from taking all Jeremy shit. No, from a lot of just issues with honestly, it's my hips that were bugging me most. So it's like chasing around a 3, almost 4-year-old catches up to you after time. So yeah, my back seized up out of it, and not the first time I've dealt with back issues, but the first time I've dealt with it as like through the hip and the lower side of my back. So it was just pain on pain on no sleep on more pain. And I'm also a proud idiot in that on Saturday, as I'm like having to maneuver stopping back spasms, my wife's like, do you want me to take him for the morning? And then my kid says, I want to go to the aquarium with daddy. And I'm like, I can go to the aquarium. I'll be fine. And then we got on any form of public transportation. And the moment I would move a certain way and the bus or train would jump, my back would go, fuck you. And that's what my Saturday was like. And then Sunday, a lot of the same, because I went to swim. I went to a swimming lesson. And Jeremy, do you remember when you were in school, they had those old wooden chairs with the rounded backs? It's like the old dining room chairs or the old kitchen table chairs that have the rounded backs on the wood.
Vaguely sure.
You're familiar with the concept of those. Yeah, sitting on one of those was hell, because the second I sat in it, a second I leaned back, the curvature of the seat said, nah, screw you, and just triggered another spasm. So I stood up for the entirety in that pool, the entirety of the lesson, just walking up and down the length of the pool, looking like a damn swim coach for my child, which was not what I wanted to accomplish. But again, I'm a proud idiot and I show up for my kid. So yep, felt like an idiot. So yesterday I was able to get a physio appointment and get myself sorted out. And while I am in pain, it's a different kind of pain today. It's a stretched out pain, which is good. So keep doing that and hopefully not have any more issues with missing the show. And so I said to SB3, I'm like, hey, if you want to even this out this week, I can do your Tuesday show. It's up to you. And he's like, have fun reviewing Raw. And I was like, I guess I deserve that. So here I am today. No Tuso Joel, unless I decide on Wednesday or Friday to duck out again.
Joel just said a bunch of words to say he's old, folks. That is what I got out of that whole story.
There are 6 months between us, you asshole.
Oh, I'm old and washed as well. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. I had some neck pain this weekend. I had no idea why I was hurting. I was like, my lovely wife got me a nice little massage gimmick for Valentine's Day. It's like a
gun?
No, it's not a gun. It's like a whole ordeal thing. It's got heat on it too. It's very nice. It feels. I use it on my legs and my neck and everything, but mainly the neck.
Is it one of those things that like goes around the neck and you hold it at the sides and the sides go and the neck?
Yeah,
goes? Yeah, I've seen
yeah. The sides don't go. It's just like the neck area. But yeah, I had my neck was sore. My calves were sore this weekend, which it'll catch up to you, all the planking. It was a nice weekend, so I went out skating this weekend as well. I do some other like kind of workouts and everything, so it's not like out of the ordinary that I'm just a little bit sore through various activities. But it's also I'm old, kind of washed. Kids are gonna run me ragged as well. That's the other thing. They got me putting together beds and everything this weekend.
Brother, I've been through that. You know it.
Yeah. Just does not stop. But fortunately, got the tools and the technology to feel a little bit better. But I'm not making fun of you because you're old. Yeah, I'm old and washed too.
Damn right. You know what's really funny? I think about this frequently. All like the wrestling chatterers that are out there, like the on-camera folks like you and I think about all the different fan bases or just like people who are in their chats, and I think about like the ages of these people, because everyone usually gravitates towards people who are of their vintage, or at least like it's not just that they maybe like the show or like the takes, but they also maybe they understand the plight of the 30, 40, 50-year-old, whatever the age of the person is. So I think about that as I'm like, we do our show and we know give or take what the age base is for us. And then I think about like Steve and Larson, for example, who are not a lot older than us, but maybe closer to 8 or 9 years older than us, maybe closer to 10 years. And they've got their chat that are a little older. And I think of like the Brian Alvarez, the Dave Meltzer, and like the Wade Keller, who have been in this for a long time, and they're now in their 50s, and like they're chatterers. And it's not a slight at anyone. It's just very funny how people kind of pull to the people that they're age close to, and then Sean just gets weirdos.
Yeah, basically. I don't know how old our chat is. I assume most of them are around our age, but I don't know. I feel like we have some young demographic in here a little bit. Yeah, kids keep us a little young, but
we can pull that up.
Oh, can we? Okay, sure.
In YouTube analytics, you can technically see, but of course, people lie about their ages too, right? Yeah. I'm actually 18, so you just never know.
I used to do that all the time. I would just put in like a random birthday on there. It's like, I don't give my actual birthday to these people, so I have no idea what the birthday was for some of the people. Yeah, most people here are kind of in their 30s. Yeah,
early 30s. It got some 20-year-old. It's fine. Again, I'm not making fun of anybody's audience. I'm really not. I just find it interesting when I see what we've got in terms of the dynamics with all the different podcasters, creators, and their audiences. Like I think about like Ibu's self-made group. They're probably a younger demo than we are. They're probably a bunch of folks who are like in their 20s into their 30s, because that is just a younger group of guys talking about wrestling, guys and girls. True Heel Heat, like those guys are probably closer to what our age bracket would be, because a lot of their contributors were all around the same age. So I'd expect that to be the same. Lawrence is actually a spry 84. He's got it wrong in the chat.
Nobody wants to listen to a bunch of middle-aged, bearded white guys. There's enough of us out there.
Many of us. So many of us. The trick is we have to get rid of our beards. All of us collectively.
Oh, all of us.
Is that how Dave and Wade have made it so long? They got rid of their beard. They never had beards, but like the bearded white guy, they completely got out of it by just being the white guy. Is that how they made
That's
it?
not helpful either.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, even Alvarez at one point had a little thing on his face, and he got rid of that.
A little thing on his face.
Come on, he didn't have a full beard. He had
I don't know.
a beard sorts.
I listened to them in audio, but I didn't listen to them. I didn't watch enough like video of all of this. I haven't been like completely clean shaven in years. I don't remember the last time I was clean shaven. I don't know how that would look. I don't know if I would have liked that. The wife likes to pull on the beard too much, so I don't want to give it away.
Last time I did it, not even thinking. I was 17. That was the last time I.
17.
Yeah. I used to have long like mutton chops,
and
then I eventually started growing a goatee, a la James Hetfield from Metallica, and then I just filled it in. I got lazy and I just stopped shaving because for a while I was just like, nah, I'm done. And then it was kind of a thing like this, and I didn't want a mustache because the mustache always got in the way. And then I just grew out the mustache, and now I'm just here. I am. This is what you get.
I would look younger when I shaved. The wife reminded me around the time that I trolled Sean with the R-Truth, where I took R-Truth first overall in the mock draft. I was clean shaven then. Yeah.
You did it to mess with your mom, I think.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, I did it to screw with my mom. That's actually factual. Yeah, I went clean because my mom. I don't remember how that bit started. But yeah, it makes sense that like I did it as a bit to just like, yeah, I'm just gonna shave my whole face just to screw with my mom. So yeah, that was the last time I went clean shaven. So that was before I moved to Ohio and everything. So that checks out. That I've not shaved since I've come to Ohio. One day I'm gonna do it to screw with the kids. Like just go completely clean, and they're gonna be like, what the hell happened to Jeremy? Where did all of his facial hair go? That'll be the next time I actually go clean shaven, is just to do a bit with the kids.
I've thought about doing it, but my wife looks at me and she's like, you do it, you're single again. I'm like, huh.
Wow.
Okay.
Full bore singularity.
Yeah, she's got plans if I do it again, but I don't think I'm gonna. I thought about it.
Oh, see, my wife just messaged and said not on board with this, so I might be single too if I shave my face. I thought she'd still love me, but now she's like, I don't know about this one. Again, she likes to pull on the beard too much, so you take that away from her. I don't know. She has to just pull in my hair.
Pull your ear.
I don't know about ear.
Well, you just go what you get. You can have the guest room again. You can come and stay with us for a while you grow your beard out to a respectable length.
My beard grows pretty quickly. She did clarify I will not be single, so there's at least that. But I don't think she's still on board with just not on board. Not single, but not on board. Yeah, I she didn't have a choice in this matter. One day I'll just shave it off. It'll be done. What's she gonna say about it at that point?
I know our chat's gonna understand when I said, "Oh, it's all our body, our choice," until it actually notices.
No, I wouldn't do it if she's like not on board with it. Because one, I don't want to do it anyway. It's not like I really want to do this, but you're not on board with it. So all right, fine, I'll give in. Like I don't want to go clean shaven anyway. I never really liked doing it. Again, the last time I did it was just to screw with my mom. So that shows you my mentality of these things. No, she wouldn't get like mad at me if I did it or anything, but you know how it is of just like, like if how much in super chats.
Everything's for sale on this channel.
I'm gonna have to let my wife set the number on that one. If
Make it reasonable.
If that's what I'm gonna have to do around here.
Well, you know what? Since we talked about super chats, you may as well go ahead and leave a thumbs up on the video. because we're here, we're clear. We want you to enjoy us. We're here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, doing the show, talking about God knows what. But this is our morning show. Some people listen to us as background fodder. Soon you'll be using my AEW as that. I understand that too. I get it. Listen to Dynamite in the background instead of us. You can listen to Excalibur in 2019 speaking very, very quickly over a card that you barely remember, instead of actually listening to us speak very, very quickly over things you almost barely remember from your past. So leave a thumbs up in the meantime. And while I'm doing the thing, you can also subscribe to us here at Fightful Overbooked. If you don't want us, but you're here already, you can also listen to the Spotlight with Jeremy and Steven Jensen every Thursday evening. You've got Rob and Maggie on Fridays. You've got Collins and JPJ going coast to coast on Sundays. And we got clips. We got shorts. We got plenty for you. I dropped an interview yesterday with Drea Mitchell, a great Canadian talent who was part of Bayley's Lodestone camp. We talked to her back at C4 Wrestling's all-women's event last month. So go ahead, check that out. It's a really, really fun chat. So we really appreciate that. And of course, donate a super chat. Any amount, get your question or statement or Jeremy's beard read on the air.
Question, statement, or Jeremy's beard read on the air?
I figure we could do something about your beard.
I feel like that was like subliminal messaging there.
Well, you caught it and picked it out, so clearly the subliminality did work, but also you ruined it by pointing it out.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. Everyone sees the banner there. Kevin Durant did tweet last night. I guess he was watching the World Baseball Classic, or maybe he got a dog named Paul Skeens. I don't know. But the streak is over. Kevin Durant has tweeted an actual tweet, not an ad. I have to come up with a new banner now moving forward, because he's actually tweeted. It's very sad times.
You know what the banner should be?
No.
The apology should be louder than the disrespect.
I mean, maybe that's tomorrow, but that's almost the headline, you know?
Yes. I couldn't actually use it because on our Fightful WordPress SEO, it gave me the big red bar from saying like CM Punk's apology was louder than the disrespect or something like that. It was just too long because you also had to factor in the name of the show and the date. So I had to kind of put it down to something more manageable, like CM Punk's loud, disrespectful apology, which I thought get the point across, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Surprised people haven't been running with that stupid clip yet. The apology should be louder than the disrespect.
Oh.
It was there. By next week, I'm sure Roman will point it out.
I mean, maybe, but yeah, maybe like no one wants to reference CM Punk's AEW run. We're just gonna leave it as its own thing, you know.
I'm telling you, man, Roman came in specifically to try and trigger him into doing something that he's gonna regret. And if he's not gonna talk about his dead dog, then maybe he'll talk about his AEW run.
God, I hope they don't talk about his dead dog. I was still worried about that. I'm still worried about that. But I'll give them credit. Like, I thought last night's segment was good, and I do like that. You know, I didn't love the line last week. I was like, feels a little forced. Feels like this is the best material you got. But they brought it back. They brought it around this week and tied it into, you know, all the bloodline lore with everything. So they made it make sense. Like, could they have done it in a different way? Maybe. But I'll give them credit that the way they actually did it, though.
Yeah, but you know what they could have done? Instead of having the Usos, they could have brought out Big Quiche.
Nah, I don't need all these people coming in here. I don't need any of that.
Also, we just know he'd be a liability. He'd be like, and another thing, Jacob should be in the main event of WrestleMania. Just be like,
I don't know if he does his podcast anymore.
Is he taking time off?
I feel like he stopped doing it after the Rajah Jackson stuff, because he might have done like a few after that, but it hadn't been frequent. I think he's had health issues as well.
That sucks.
Yeah, but it has not been like every single week like it was.
Well, regardless, if he was in the state of good health to do it, I think it would have been very funny to bring him out. But then also expect him to go completely rogue and try to get his whole family on the WrestleMania card in prominent positions.
I mean, the whole family is going to be on the WrestleMania card anyway. It's not like they gotta...
Prominent positions.
All right, Roman's in the main event. Jacob's probably going to face Drew, which that's as prominent as you want it to be.
Get ready for the Las Vegas street fight.
I don't know what the Usos are doing. It
Hopefully
seemed like they were going to face the Vision.
Yeah, hopefully defending the tag titles that they didn't bring out last night.
Yeah,
I had
they're
to
not.
Google who the tag team champions were, Jeremy.
The tag team championships aren't that important.
They should just go up against the NFTs.
Oh God, no! I don't need that.
Let's combine
anymore.
the tag titles. Just get it over with. Put them back together. We're done.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine with them combining the tag team titles because both the divisions suck. So I'm actually okay with that. But I do not need. The MFTs and the Usos. I don't. Yeah, if Braun gets cleared, they'll face the Vision. Because if Braun isn't cleared, then it'll probably be Seth and Logan. That would be.
Why wouldn't they just go to Seth and Braun at that point?
Well, if Braun doesn't get cleared.
If Braun doesn't. Okay, I thought you said if he does get cleared.
No. If he gets cleared, it'd be Seth and Braun and be Logan in theory against the Usos. But yeah, if Braun doesn't get cleared, then you got to do Seth against somebody in the. I want to call him the Division, but
they may as well be at this point because they keep dividing themselves due to injury.
I still think I still would not rule out Brock as Seth's opponent if Braun doesn't get cleared.
Nope. It's LA Knight. I know people haven't, he took Paul Heyman. He hasn't seen Paul. He has taken the only person that Brock cares about. LA Knight took Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman hasn't been found yet. For all we know, Brock's gonna show up and be like, forget the stupid open challenge, bring me back my wise man or my advocate, whatever. And it's gonna be LA Knight, and that's how it is.
Yeah, it's LA Knight until again, Braun Breaker's not cleared, and they're like, Seth and Logan Paul? I don't know. Let's do Seth and Brock Lesnar, because if this company loves to do one thing, they love fucking over LA Knight.
Oh, I thought it was running it back, but yes. I see your point. I do. It's just funny to me that it's like they really are sitting on whether or not Braun will be ready, and they're gonna have to pull the trigger soon enough because we're getting closer and closer to Mania. Like, we are a month away, but that's still, it's a weekly play date. It's not a daily thing. So eventually they have to know, and you can't do this like on the week before Mania just to set up what has been a big match based on what was a bigger story of Braun, taking Seth out of the Vision and Seth having to come back, like everything that came with it. Seth got injured, Braun got injured. You gotta figure out who's available and who's not. They're really hoping for Braun. We know this. Clearly, Seth is at least cleared enough to do what he's doing on the air, and probably cleared to have a match.
Running around in a mask like a dork.
I swear to God, I need this so bad. I need Becky Lynch to come back next week, dressed up as Rita Repulsa, and she needs to be in control of these fucking putties. Okay, because that's
exactly what it looked like. It looked like the Putty Patrol.
All I could hear was just like in my head as they're doing their stupid moves. And you know what? Just to prove how old our listenership is, I posted that. I don't think anyone actually really got it, but where is it? I posted this on my Twitter last night during the show. I think 2 people got it. Because this is such an old meme that
oh yeah,
nobody's gonna get this. But that's all it was. It was just slam dancing with the hardcore girl.
That sucked so bad.
But just doing this mishmash game. Oh God.
Right, and then he just revealed himself anyway. Like, what was even the point?
Well, because he didn't want to get the Vision to find him and take him out, even though all of these guys outnumber the Vision, and they could technically take him one by one.
Okay, but then they all left, and he just stood there in the middle of the ring anyway.
Yeah, that part was dumb.
So
I gave it 2 seconds of benefit, and then I just doubt.
It's just so stupid.
I don't know what they thought they were accomplishing. Hopefully I want to say that's the end of it, but that Seth's entrance at Mania is going to be like the John Cena parade. Remember when he came out with the 2 rows of John Cena's doing this as the real Cena? They're going to do that, but all of these people are going to be dressed in a black hoodie, black mask, hood up, and they're going to either march into the ring or they're going to be standing either side of the ramp as he comes down to the ring.
That sucks.
They should do a lumberjack match. but it's a black hooded lumberjack match where you don't know who's under the hood, but they're all lumberjacks.
Real quickly, Michael, I don't know what the poll question is for today. I was trying to think of one, and like I got a couple ideas, but I don't really like love them. And they're wrestling related, so I think that sucks too. If anybody else wants to throw a poll question in there, feel free. I'll listen to our audience.
I am willing to bet, by the way, I see Wheeler in the chat saying crowd chanted holy shit though. I'm willing to bet that was an added effect. I'm willing to bet that wasn't the crowd live. Is the bar that low that holy shit because a bunch of hooded gentlemen plus
they've been told that like these hooded figures are like important. So this WWE audience, I can 100% see them. Like this is their version of Danielson and Omega in the middle of the ring. They're like, oh, look at all these awesome hooded figures in the middle of the ring here. Holy shit. That's all WWE's been for like 3 years now. It's just hooded figures. I do this bit with the kids anytime they got like their hoodies on. I was like, oh, now put it on and like tuck your head and then do like this big reveal. And they do it every single time just to pop me. Like they have no idea what it's about. I was like, you go work for WWE. I just bring them up to the wife. I'm like, look. Which kid is it? And they, like you can't tell based on their size. Like, baby, look, which kid is it going to be? And they got it out and they go, boom. It's like, oh,
didn't expect this one. Oh, no. You know what? Oh God, I'm gonna like if my kid were older, I would pay his entire class to do the dress up in the hoodie and the mask and have them just go beat up people on the street, vigilante.
Well, I'd get them in trouble.
No, I didn't say how much I'd pay them, but at least in this country, the Juvenile Act just protects their names. It's okay. They can still make these things happen. Like I had the idea to pitch you where I was like, you should get the kids to all wear hoods and the masks, and every time and they beat you up for a solid 3 minutes hoodie mask. No, and they just disperse. They don't show up. They don't unmask or anything. But like they just beat you up, and every week they do a new beat up of Jeremy Lambert.
They'd probably enjoy that.
I'm sure.
They don't know how to pull their kicks and punches though. A couple of them do. A few of them I've taught how to work, but a few of them probably be like, oh, free shots at Jeremy? Yeah, this would be great for me.
Wheeler's got it. Getting jumped by 15 8th graders is crazy. Yeah, well, that's what I'm willing to do.
I was threatening to kick some kids the other day. I don't know if I can say this on air, but yeah, I'm gonna punt some of these little fuckers.
Oh, dude.
Some of these classmates of my children here, they don't mind their manners. I'm gonna go out there and punt them.
I'm not looking forward to my child entering the education system next year.
Yeah, kids are dicks, man.
Oh, they're already kids in his daycare.
They're
just. I just can't wait for this to be over. September will come and he'll start a new school, and that'll be it. And eventually Jeremy will come back to us.
Okay.
Unfreeze, now you're back.
So what I was saying is, these little kids are dicks in these class. They like to cause a ruckus and everything, and start just kicking them in the chest. Like, quit it. Knock it off.
You're trying to assert dominance on 13-year-olds? Good for you.
Well, yeah, they need to quit being little assholes.
Oh, that's fair. Anyway, so yeah, who faces Seth Rollins? They don't even know yet by the sounds of it.
They should be a masked figure. It should just be like maybe this all backfires on Seth. Like Seth is in the ring and he's got his dumb mask on and he unmasks and all the little Putty Patrol are all around and they're coming, but then one of them attacks Seth and then he unmasks and it turns out to be Austin Theory, but then like another one attacks Seth and then he unmasks and it turns out to be Brock Lesnar, and then another one he attacks Brock Lesnar and he unmasks and it's Obafemi, and then here comes another one and he attacks Obafemi and he unmasked, and it turns out to be Rusev, and then they keep running around, and then somebody attacks Rusev, and they unmask, and it's LA Knight, and it just keeps going on and on and on. Then you just keep getting the pop for the unmasking the entire time. I feel like that's, the way to go here.
And then Roman comes out to his full fanfare, and he's like, I'm not doing this shit. But it's my turn.
Roman's actually got a match. I got a match. Like, he doesn't need to do all this nonsense.
It's amazing how many people don't have masks that are going to be part of this unmasking mania.
Well, yeah, that's how they can get a pop. Otherwise, why are you going to cheer for Rusev?
Dude, they are doing so many things that I've called on this show, and they're just getting it. They're getting closer to it, I'm telling you.
Jose, you can get that shit in bulk, like at Walmart,
Children will sell them to you for less than $40 a piece. It's good.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Yeah, this is they're keeping the black hoodie business in business.
They are the reason the black hoodies go. And they're not even zip hoodies. They're all pullover hoodies. Those are, to me, the least comfortable hoodie.
Yeah.
I like a zip. I like to be able to unzip and get out of it. I don't need to pull it over my head, because then someone can punch me in the face while I'm pulling it over my head, hockey jersey style.
More people should do that in WWE.
Well, people aren't smart enough. That's the only reason that Brock could do it, is because at least Brock has hockey smarts. It's like Brock and Punk are the only two hockey fans in the entire WWE.
Jackie Redmond's going to beat all our asses.
Only if we're lucky. I would love to see it. Jackie just be like, I got this. This is my time to shine.
Yeah. And Jackie jumping in there.
Throwing hands. Who needs former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis, never discussed on WWE television? Instead, we get Jackie Redmond, NHL Enforcer. Let's go.
And just Jackie talking with like Ty Domi and Donald Brashear. Fighting tips.
Let me give you some tips. Darren McCarty has been waiting for this moment.
Oh yeah, Darren McCarty, 100%. Get in there.
He's gonna be in there. He's like, listen, I do wrestling, I do hockey, I've beaten people up. Let me give you some pointers. And she's like, I am all ears. Jackie the Goon Redmond.
The Goon, one of my favorite characters in wrestling history. Just because he was a hockey player, I thought that ruled.
The skate boots, but they were not skates. Oh god, but the boots were still elevated, and he had to walk around like they were skates. So bad. Remember when he did the WrestleMania Battle Royal, and it looked like he just wore.
He should have won.
He should have won, but instead we had to get the one guy who couldn't take a bump to win.
That rolled too, though.
And he got him to win. He can't take a bump. All right, well, that's the end of that. How else could you have done it with Sheik? Could have gotten him up and over
gently. We would have somebody. I don't remember who was all in the match, but you'd have to uppy him and just place him on the apron, and then he just falls and steps down.
Yeah, he's going for one of those top rope moves that he's so well known for.
That's legitimately the only way I can think of doing it. If he's not gonna if he can't jump over the ropes or anything, yeah, you'd have to just maybe put him on your shoulder and kind of put him on the side type of thing. But that's
do it, Kamala.
But that's it. Yeah, I don't know who was in that match who could lift him like that.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone who would have been right for this.
I'll tweet at Jackie Redmond here in a second.
Oh, absolutely.
This game rolled. Oh man, I was watching that.
Mike, and you weren't the only person. There were a bunch of people being like, "You got to watch this game. You got to watch this game now."
It was so good. I think I was watching the basketball game earlier on ESPN. I don't remember maybe the Knicks and the Lakers. And after it ended, it's just switched over to the Lightning and the Sabres game, which worked for me because I planned on putting that on anyway. Because I was like, oh, this will be a fun game to watch. Yeah, it was a kind of early evening game as well on a Sunday. And yeah, there were so many fights in the first period and there's so many goals and 8-7 game, just momentum swings. It was great. And there was the play early in the first period where I forget who it was, the Tampa player tried to Bertuzzi the Buffalo player, and then I explained to my wife the lore of the Bertuzzi incident, because I think it was the same day, like it was the anniversary of the Bertuzzi incident as well. So I had explained to her all the history behind the Bertuzzi incident, and Steve Moore, who never played again. So yeah, that was a great game. I watched obviously Colorado and Minnesota earlier in the day on Sunday. That was an electric game as well. We got Colorado and Edmonton tonight. That'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, hockey's been good.
Sens are on a 3-game win streak.
Who cares?
No, but it's actually good, because last time we spoke about the wild card situation, and the Sens looked like they were out of it, and now they're suddenly
out of it.
Well, now they're suddenly 3 points behind a spot, because the Bruins have 76 points, the Sens are 73, and I'm like, oh, there's actually a possibility that if the Sens keep playing this way, and they're out west right now, like they're playing West teams and doing pretty well, so there's there is a chance.
The West team's gonna suck outside the Central. The Pacific, it's absurd, absolutely absurd that the top 3 teams in the Central are like 20 points better than the top team in the Pacific. And one of these teams is going to get knocked out in the first round because they're dumb formatting. So stupid. That's why I'm glad like the Avs should get first place unless we monumentally collapse in the final month here. So like good, Stars and Wild got to beat up on each other in the first round, and we only got to deal with one of them instead of both of them. But it's a dumb format.
Well, they beat the Kraken 7-4. Kraken are right now in a wild card spot, so that's
who beat the Kraken.
Sens beat the Kraken.
Oh, Sens did. Okay.
They beat the Canucks 2-0. That's a nothing game, but they won.
The Canucks suck.
Yeah, Canucks have sucked, and then they beat, I think it was the Oilers too, a couple of games ago.
The Oilers are a team.
Yeah, but regardless, the Sens have been doing pretty well, which is nice. So I'm happy to see it. Hopefully, it's a busy and good ending to the regular season and into the playoffs. We still got a month left to play.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Avs and the Oilers game tonight. Should be plenty of goals in that one. All right, I'm going to tweet at Jackie Redmond. Hello, Jackie Redmond. Are you one of the masked figures running around WWE Raw? If not, could you hockey fight them as they are pulling off the mask? Thank you. Gotta be polite.
Appreciate the polite.
Yeah, you gotta be very polite.
You do. You know what? It's a travel day for her, so I'm assuming that she has some time today to read these and field these comments.
Don't do that. I did not sure why more people don't do this. But they aren't hockey fans.
They aren't hockey fans.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Not enough WWE hockey fans. There we go. All right.
They were even playing at an NHL arena last night. So damn it.
They always play at an NHL arena. Most times. I don't say always, but
well, if you ask CM Punk, he's too busy pointing at the Seahawks than he is the Kraken.
Yeah, I mean the Seahawks are champions, so
yeah, the Kraken are.
No one's gonna know anybody on the Kraken.
That's fair. They just know them for the bottle of booze that the Kraken's named after.
Shout out to 2022 Stanley Cup champion Andre Burakovsky on the Seattle Kraken.
Fourth liners unite! Let's go.
Burakovsky. I think Burakovsky's actually on like their second line.
Okay, he's getting minutes.
Yeah, that's why he went to Seattle, because they were going to give him some playing time. He wasn't really going to get that in Denver. So yeah.
All right. Well, good for him. He is. I can't see it anywhere easily where he sits on his line. So there we go. No, these are just old line combinations. I don't care enough to do this.
Why are you making this so difficult, Joel? Hold on, I'll find it. He's on there. According to this line, he's not in the lineup at all.
There it is. You see?
He was. No. Oh no, Burakovsky actually went to Chicago.
That's why.
Yeah.
There he is. Yeah, because right now he's playing first line.
Yeah, that makes sense. Chicago sucks. Okay, fine then. Well, he was in Seattle. Shout out to first round pick Jordan Eberle.
Ooh, Jordan Everly. We like him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think it was a first round pick. Edmonton had like 50 first round picks over the past 40 years, and like 2 of them worked out.
Tenders is saying Levesque remembers the 0607 Mass Man storyline.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I can't remember this one. You gotta refresh my memory. 0607. How many people were coming out of masks in WWE 0607?
This is 20 years ago. I can't remember 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. 2006 Masked Man. Was this a Triple H thing specifically? There was
they probably
SmackDown versus Raw.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
All right, I did a poll. I don't like it, but whatever. Or like 40 minutes into this show, and I felt I needed
Jackie Redmond the Masked Man. That should have been the poll.
No, it's just, are you the masked man? That's the poll.
That's a pretty good answer. That's a pretty good one. We might get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
Storyline was in 6-7. Anyway. So yeah,
I think that meme's dead now. Fortunately,
you'd think so, but it'll always come back because my son now does it, and he thinks it's funny. And I'm
you're in Canada. You're like months behind. So
typically, when I see a meme done, I know when it's over, and it's over. It's over once. Okay, nobody take this the wrong way. When the Orthodox Jews get to it, it's dead. Okay, because they're the last ones to get anything. Okay,
yeah, you can say that. I can't.
I can say that because there was, which was it? The walk around the room and everyone's frozen as a statue. Maybe it was the Harlem Shuffle. Maybe it was that
Harlem Shake. I think it was Harlem Shuffle.
Harlem Shake. Yeah,
it was Harlem Shake.
So anyway,
I don't know.
It was one of those.
That's what SP3's kid does every time she comes into the room. Shuffles in and yells at him and gives him some terrible food.
That's true. Days old cake. That part I heard. Anyway, yeah. So there was once a video of like, it was just the Orthodox Jewish community doing it, and it wasn't the mannequin challenge. I think it was the Harlem Shake. And yeah.
Well, the mannequin challenge was where everybody stood still, though. You did reference that.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of, but it was the Harlem Shake was the video that I saw. This is like years ago, and at that point, it had been like probably close to a year since that had come out, since that was a thing, and I was like, it's done. This is beyond done. When the Orthodox Jews get to it, it's over, man. Sorry, y'all just don't keep up with trends. You're too busy having kids. It's fine. I get it. You can't say anything. Only I can in this case.
Yeah, I can't.
That's
can't
right.
Say.
That's right.
That's the thing about it.
When Blippy guy did, oh no.
Blippy guy.
Blippy guy did it with his friends in the bathroom.
I don't know who Blippy is.
You're better off. Don't worry about it. We don't watch Blippy. We don't talk about Blippy. We don't have a TV to do this. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Where are we?
Tenders was clarifying that it was the masked man that ended up getting scrapped.
Yeah, that was a little different. That was the Muhammad Hassan situation. Yeah, because that was, this was, yes.
Yeah, I don't think they're portraying this group as a terrorist group.
No, first of all, if anything, you got to give it to Dijak, who was on Twitter last night being my PTSD.
Nah, bullshit. Fuck Dijak. I'm the one who said retribution is back.
Well, I'll let the guy who played the role have a little bit of say in the comments.
No, I got heat with Dijak now. In the Weeds legend Dijak. We got heat because I'm the one who pointed out that it was retribution. Trevor, Trevor Birch, he's the one who gave the suggestion about the Cody Rhodes Rock bit for Fridays. He called him Seth Tribution. Easy for me to say.
Awful. So, I love it.
Seth Tribution.
Yeah, I forget where I was going with this, but yes, he's the one who can say anything because he being Dijak experienced it, and yes. That was the last time it got political, right? It was all Antifa, because Antifa are just a bunch of people wearing black masks and black hoodies doing putty dances. That's right. That's
so stupid.
It was so stupid. Oh, can't wait for this. Can't wait for this masked man thing to stop. Never. Did you see the masked men bumping into each other? They weren't bumping into each other. They were very collectively and strategically dancing, slam dancing, just like Seth Rollins does, doing the hardcore dance.
I thought that it was what do you call those things where
they're people?
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna bug me now. I'll try to explain it, and you can hopefully. But I'm even having trouble like explaining it. Like everything's like normal, and then people just like break into like a song and dance type of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you call it?
A Broadway show?
No, not a Broadway show. Like, like everyone's just like outside and then flash mob. Thank you, Tenruza. Thank you.
Sure.
That's what I thought. Like, I thought it was a flash mob.
That's a low rent version. It's called Broadway, you inconsiderate jerks.
Oh, I knew it wasn't Broadway. Yeah, a flash mob. That's what I thought they were doing last night. Like, I thought it was like a flash mob. But like they were all like circling, and then I thought they were just about to break into like a song and dance.
Hold on. I would contend when they get paid, Broadway. When they don't get paid, flash mob.
I don't know if these guys are getting paid.
I think first of all, they're getting food, so at least there's that. So I consider them paid. Seth probably, brought them all in from Well, maybe not, because they were in Seattle last night. So regardless, I think they got something. But yes, if you get paid, flash mob. If you don't get paid, flash mob. If you do get paid, Broadway.
Okay, well, I was not thinking Broadway. I know what that is. Yeah, I was thinking flash mob. Thank you, chat. Joel trying to defend why he said Broadway because he couldn't think of flash mob either.
Well, musical theater was the other one I could have gone with, but I wanted
that would have been wrong too.
I rent. All singing, all dancing. Was there a point to the flash mob? What were they going to do? Do the Seth Rollins dance?
I don't know. There was no point to them doing what they did, so at least a flash mob would have gotten something out of it.
That's fair. It's still flash mob. No, it's not. They got paid, so they're musical theater.
Organized crime dance.
Telling you, man, they're just a hardcore. It was a hardcore concert broke out. That's all. It's fine. Oh, anyway, what a waste of time that was. All of this just to get to the main event. Well, all of this to bring out the Usos in LA Knight, and then the Usos being like, "No, we're still pissed off about CM Punk." That's really all they brought in the Usos for, was to do a bookend segment, one of which actually was good, and the other one was with CM Punk in it. What, the flash mob was good. What can I say?
This was good that they brought the Usos and they did explain that, because they've had their problems with the Vision, so it made sense here that they came out, and then they did set up the segment for later that we got to say something to CM Punk. Now they should have just jumped them backstage like real men and not waited until 2.5 hours later to go confront them in the ring, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, regardless, later on CM Punk comes out and says, "How's it feel to be alive in the city of Seattle where crime is rampant and there's probably SP?" Anyway, it doesn't matter.
They should have done a backstage thing where they kick the door in and stuff, and they just confront CM Punk, and Ace Steel is there. Getting confronted by a brother tag team in a backstage segment.
Oh, but then Larry can't fight anyone. What are you doing? Now I'm sad.
That's what they should have done.
Ace, they let you in the building? You bet. So Punk goes and talks about how he's happy to be in Seattle and how he's a fighting champion. And if you close your mouths, maybe Roman Reigns will show up. No, he won't. You know better. And then the Usos come out. It feels like as maybe Punk was about to apologize, then the Usos come out and they're like, "Apologize." And he's like, "Well, because you told me to apologize, I'm not going to apologize anymore because I'm a little bitch." And then you got Punk out here talking about how he was influenced by the Samoan family through his entire early career, how they took him in, how they fed him, how they never paid him, but instead they paid him in exposure and hot food, which was nice, and maybe a place to sleep. Basically said, I paid my dues because of on the backs of your family. And then said, but your brother, your cousin, Roman Reigns, he sucks. And I'm not going to apologize for him gaslighting you. And it's like, you're right, but you're going about this all the wrong way. And eventually the Usos, they smack him and they push him down. I thought they were going to double super kick CM Punk. That's what I expected. But instead they did a more realistic approach. And I thought the segment was very good. Thought that it was well done, especially in absence of Roman Reigns. And it's just one less person to have to do the back and forth CM Punk, you're not as good as you say you are type of mentality. Instead, you can actually do a story where Punk has problems with the family of Roman specifically, and how he respects the rest of the Anoa'i family, but he hates Roman. There's something there, despite the fact that he doesn't actually hate Roman, even though he says he doesn't hate Roman, but don't tell the papers that he's mad at Roman.
How did he go about this the wrong way?
He got yelly about it. All he had to do was apologize. And then when he was told apologize, he was like, no, I'm going to double down and I'm not going to apologize because I'm a dick. They could have had a nice conversation, a very cordial one in the middle of the ring, and instead it turned into three dogs barking.
Well, he was trying to, but then here comes the Usos and Jay's all fired up at him.
Yeah, kicked him in the dick and then apologized.
They're playing, good cop, bad cop out here. Where Jay's all fired up and Jimmy's like, look, man, we just need you to apologize, and Jay is screaming at him, and Punk's gonna be a little defensive about that.
On the other hand, they could have just said nicely, apologize, and that would have been it. But also, Roman has never apologized once in his life.
Yeah, Punk wasn't wrong about that. Like,
hold on, what is that? He didn't apologize. He did the backhand apology that everyone.
It's an apology. I mean, you might not like it, but it's an apology.
No, he apologized. That's Roman. He apologized on behalf of someone else who wasn't apologizing. That's not an apology. That's like saying, I'm sorry, you're too dumb to understand the situation. That's not an apology. That's a backhanded comment. That's what he did. Don't you start. This is one where this time I'm right in this case.
He apologized. He said, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he said, I'm sorry your cousin's such a gaslighting piece of shit that he never apologized to you. Well, right, he still took the wrong approach.
Well, no, he said, I'm sorry, and then they dapped it up and everything. So that was his apology about Sika. And then he went on to say, I'm sorry that Roman Reigns sucks. So it was two apologies.
Oh, it's called the bait and switch. He didn't apologize for anything.
I liked what Punk had to say. Again, I thought it made sense because I didn't love the line last week. I made that very clear, but I'll give them credit for how they brought it around into actual story that we've seen play out on television. I mean, this is what we've talked about for months, maybe years at this point with Roman Reigns and how he's a babyface because he's a babyface. He never actually apologized for his actions. He never actually made amends with his family. He said yeet. Oh, he was willing to team with the Usos. He put them through hell, man. That was just more than oh, sorry, we threw the baseball through the window and I blamed you type of thing. This was mental and emotional abuse for what he did to them for years on this. He never made amends for that. And as Punk pointed out, he brought up Dusty during the Cody stuff, and why didn't Roman have to apologize for that? Why didn't the Usos come out and be like, you got to apologize for that? I get it's family and, oh, okay, well, we're going to defend our cousins. But, no, I like what Punk had to say and how they brought all of this around. And I like that Jimmy socked him in the mouth for it.
So Punk says, I'm sorry, and then does the same to Jay. And he says, I'm sorry that Roman Reigns treated the two of you and the rest of his family like garbage for years and never once came out here and apologized. And then he said, he's sorry for Roman disrespecting Dusty Rhodes, who on behalf of his friend Cody. and then when he called him irrelevant, but he's not on the hook for apologizing. And he says, Punk says, I'm not on the hook for apologizing. He says he's sorry Roman has tricked the Samoan family and the fans to giving a damn about any of them, because if he did, if he cared about you or the people or me or this company or this business, I'd be standing in the ring talking to him right now instead of his young boys. And that's when that's when the stuff happens, the physicality happens.
See, to me, that's all good stuff, because Punk hit him with this line last week, and Roman didn't show up. Like, you would think Roman, and I know his schedule was announced ahead of time and all this stuff, but Roman didn't even show up a week later to defend anything. And so Punk correctly called him out on that. Like, yes. If he cared about this that much, like, why didn't he show up? He's got to send you guys out here. You guys are more mad than he is.
Yes, and the Roman character continues to be, I don't need to be there if I'm not the star of the show. And if I'm not, you know, his whole thing.
But he would have been the star.
Well, no, his whole thing is I'm working smarter, not harder. I don't need to be there every week. I don't need to be the guy. I don't need to be, you know, his whole way of presenting himself is I show up on my time. And like you said, because he's not being promoted for the show, he's not going to show up. It was the same thing with people who made reference to like, oh, something big's got to happen after the Balor and Punk match at Elimination Chamber. Roman should show up. And I'm like, Roman's not going to show up. They've already filled the house. They've already gotten people in the seats buying the merch and doing and watching on the show, you know, on Netflix or wherever, like, or ESPN. They're already doing it. To announce, to bring Roman in as a surprise, they don't do that anymore. And that's something you know, got everyone talking about a long time ago, was WWE doesn't do a big surprise like that unless they're really like already packed the house. And that's not the case. Roman wasn't needed, so Roman wasn't brought in. Same thing with last night. He wasn't promoted, so they didn't bring him in. There was no reason to. It's just an extra body to have to bring in. So Roman's whole thing is, I only get used when I tell you I'm here. I only show up when I have to.
Okay, and Punk was correct in pointing out that that's what Roman does, and that Roman is kind of a little bitch for not showing up a week after he said, I'm going to bury you next to your father. Like, you did not care enough about any of that to show up this week. Oh, because you aren't promoted.
Well, how do you know he's not, you know, licking his wounds and planning for next week when he beats down Roman Reigns? Or makes a sandwich or a drink using his dog's ashes?
Then he's still being a bitch for not showing up. Like, I don't care if he's licking his wounds and doing all of that stuff. Like, no.
You know, I used a dog reference.
Yes, but no. Like, he's a bitch for not showing up, and Punk is correct in pointing that out. I think the most difficult part of this for Punk is he's coming off a little heelish, which is fine. But that crowd ain't turning on Roman. That crowd does not give a fuck that Roman does not apologize. They just want to chant OTC and raise the ones.
I'm telling you, that match at Mania is going to be hilarious. It's going to end with Roman being cast aside and Punk joining forces with The Rock somehow in a corporate scheme, and Roman's on the outside, and it's going to turn into Roman versus Rock at 43. That's how we're going for it. Then we're going to cement Punk as a heel, which means that Cody's going to retain at the first night. Oh, sorry. No, the other way around. Cody's going to lose first night to Orton, and then Punk is going to retain on second night. That's what I meant. One world title will change hands, and it's not going to be the CM Punk title.
Okay.
I think Orton will get his 15 because he's been really harping on that. 2 years in a row, Cody Rhodes is going to drop the title to someone looking for a record breaker of their own, or a new accolade. But yes, yeah. Rock and Punk, just to then go to Roman and Rock.
I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. I'll pop if The Rock comes back. That would be great, but I don't think that's actually going to happen.
Rock's going to be there to do a bunch of shows at the Sphere without telling anyone.
Okay, so what do you make of the crowd dynamic, like, actually, and not, oh, The Rock's going to come back?
Oh, I think they're going to be very much with Roman. Despite the fact that I think the way that Sean and others have talked about it is the way I feel too, which is it is choose your own adventure, which you can't do that often in WWE, but like you and I have talked about, and I've said this a lot of times, the CM Punk narrative has always been, a choose your own adventure. There will always be people who are just not into Punk, regardless of what he does. He can be the most white meat of babyface, but people still remember because he's been so polarizing in and out of the ring. So people will just not go for him. On the other hand, he's the only wrestler that can actually get an adverse reaction from the person he's facing, and therefore it's okay. That's why, like, Punk by virtue of location will probably get booed when next to Roman Reigns almost everywhere. The only place he wouldn't is in Chicago, but guess who wasn't in Chicago? So it's going to be Roman Reigns up the whole time. And that's just going to be the portrayal, regardless of what Punk says. And that should probably eat away at Punk. And that's why I'm all about this turn being cemented at Mania. When he gets booed going into the arena and Roman Reigns gets cheered, that should be the end of it. Like, that should be the real cementing of CM Punk going nuts and just being like, fuck you guys, fuck these fans. I've done a solid 2 years of being on my best behavior and saying, how does it feel to be alive? But I never really cared about that stuff. I'm here to set the world on fire. I'm the world champion, and now you're all going to face my wrath or whatever it's going to be. So for now, yeah, I think that people are going to be chanting for Roman, and that's going to eat away at Punk because Punk is the only one who can get away with being treated this way and still keep pretending to push on that way.
I don't think Punk's going to get like full out booed because the crowd
they like to sing his theme music.
Still loves him as well.
They like Living Color.
But they also ain't booing Roman out of this. I do agree that, as we talked about during the Punk and Seth feud, like, however you feel about CM Punk is how you're going to feel about CM Punk, and some people are going to continue to cheer him, and some people are thinking he's going to be wrong, and they're not going to like him. And that works with the Roman stuff because they're big enough stars, and there's enough actual character behind both guys that the Shades of Grey stuff works. And it didn't fully work with Seth because Seth wasn't like the greatest babyface in the world, and Seth isn't the greatest heel in the world. Like, Seth is just, he's fine as an overall character. But Roman, you can say what you want about, like, is he a babyface? Or is he still just a heel, like, acting like he's now just the biggest star, which he is, but he's still like the same guy. He just doesn't, use his family as much as he did, or abuse his family as much as he did. But he hasn't like actually changed because he hasn't actually apologized. He hasn't actually made amends for anything. He hasn't fessed up to what he's actually done. But there's been enough story, like actual story, with Reigns over the years that you can still like him or not like him based on all of that. Again, same with Punk. And they're both just very good at playing that role and filling in the various gaps that potentially come with whatever the story might be. Like Punk did last night, is people have pointed out that Roman has not apologized. And we pointed out on the show a year ago when he returned and he didn't say anything. And now Punk is bringing all that back around, which is good, which is something that he probably should do in this. And I like how the Usos played it, because I think the Usos are still kind of blind to Roman and still see Roman as the head of the table, as the tribal chief. Like, oh, we can't go against this out here. And Punk playing on that and saying, like, you guys don't see this? Like, you're out here questioning me, but you're not questioning him. And that's a message to the fans as well, of people like me. We're like, why would the babyface say this last week? And yeah, maybe he should apologize. Maybe he should have had something different to say. And Punk is saying, okay, well, Roman's supposed to be a good guy now. Why didn't you yell at him to apologize? Oh, you just want to chant acknowledge me or chant OTC and do the acknowledge me. So I like the way Punk played this.
Are fans dumb?
Well, yeah.
Okay, just we got through that. But like that's something that I think about when we're discussing the way the way the fans react to this whole Roman thing. The way that they react to him is like he's suddenly a babyface just because what he dropped the title to Cody finally, and he never apologized. But is it that the fans are dumb, or is it that creative hasn't done a good job of making fans understand why Roman's not to be cheered, given the way he's not changed, other than just dropping the titles?
Roman got cheered. Look, I was part of this crowd. Roman got cheered at SummerSlam when he returned.
Right.
After the last time we saw him he was the biggest heel in the company at WrestleMania 40. And then he returned at SummerSlam, and he had the biggest reaction of the night because he helped Cody and went against Solo, because Solo did so much heel work while Roman was out. So yeah, fans are dumb. They're gonna pop for themes and catchphrases and stuff. And Roman's got a recognizable theme, and Roman's got a catchphrase, and Roman's got a taunt, and he's got a nickname you can chant. Fans love that shit.
Ooh, okay. Listen, I agree with you. I want to point that out, that this is one of those things where WWE is good at, through video packages and through their own storytelling, when they try, they're good at getting you to convincingly believe their story. They're really not good at the Roman stuff because they're just letting Roman be Roman, and people think that he's a good guy now because he helped Cody. Therefore, it immediately flips him, but then he immediately went back to being piece of shit Roman and never proved himself, other than the one time where he helped Cody.
Well, he helped Cody. He aligned with Cody. He helped the Usos. He aligned.
It's always been to his best interest.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's his character, though. And the fans love him because they just love Roman Reigns.
Right.
Like,
then why in a storytelling sense, why wouldn't WWE be pointing out the fact that he's doing it for his own benefit and never as an actual babyface character?
Why would they point that out, though?
Because why would they want the fans cheering for Roman when he's not a babyface?
He is.
But in what regard? Because
in his own regard. Like, he is the babyface. Like, why are you gonna point that? That's why Punk pointed it out, because Punk doesn't see him as the babyface. But to the fans, yeah, they see him. WWE wants him as the babyface. They don't want him to be the heel. If they did, they'd have him do a bunch of heel shit. I will call out WWE on a lot of stuff because a lot of it is not very good. I tend, and maybe this is my own fault here, I tend to give a little bit more leeway to what Roman does because I at least know Roman has a lot of control over how he is presented out here. And so I actually do, and again, maybe I'm naive, that's fine. You can call me that. I'll take ownership of it. I do believe that Roman actually puts a lot of care and a lot of effort into his story and how he's actually presented. And there's no pushback like there would be for other people who probably want to do the same thing, but they just aren't allowed to because they aren't Roman Reigns. This is why Kevin Owens works, right? Like, why is Kevin Owens cheered? Kevin Owens is one of the most despicable people in WWE history, but Kevin Owens works because he goes out there and calls out bullshit, so that makes him a babyface. Like, people like that who I actually believe have some care into their character and have some say into their character, I'll give them some pass on that. So Roman you don't need to point that out with Roman because he is a babyface.
So J Girl's saying it's the same way Drew sees himself as a babyface, but it's not, because commentary in kayfabe goes out of their way to explain why Drew is not in fact a babyface, why he's a piece of shit, and why you should continue to cheer him, which people do because Drew is still a heel by all accounts and he's doing heel things. Ryan saying Roman is delusional and always sees himself as a face doing the right thing. That I can agree with. I agree with this, but that shouldn't be the overarching belief in the narrative of WWE. They shouldn't be telling you that he's a babyface and you should cheer him because he is delusional. They should be pointing out the fact that he's delusional. They should be pointing out the fact that he hasn't done the right thing. He's done the right thing for 3 people, his family and Cody Rhodes the one time.
Do they say go cheer Roman Reigns? Yay, no, Roman Reigns.
Words matter in the way that they talk about him, the way that they praise him, the way that they perceive him. They give you the pass to cheer him. Whereas with Drew, they may say he brings up a point, but, and then they tell you exactly why he's wrong. Again, a well-curated story or a well-told story will guide the fans. It's like Taboo Tuesday. Everyone used to get on the voting. Voting was legitimate insofar that WWE pushed the narrative to what you should vote for based on what they were offering. They weren't doing that with Roman.
They are guiding the story. This is the story they want to tell, though. Is that Roman is now, he is the babyface because he did help Cody. He did help the Usos. They're just as blind to it as everybody else is because Roman is the top guy. Like, he's the guy.
They're blind to it how, though? Again, speaking narratively.
Right.
Who is pulling the wool over their eyes? Everyone is being... Roman is collectively pulling the wool over everybody's eyes.
Yeah, he's aura farming, as the kids like to say. They see Roman Reigns and they're like, shit, look at this guy. Yeah, let's acknowledge the tribal chief.
And there's not one singular person, I mean, I guess other than Punk at this point, who is saying, oh shit, that makes sense. Then it's only Punk who's saying like, no, that's not how it is. He's the bad guy. I'm the good guy. And so
Heyman tried. Heyman tried with that stuff. One of the issues is that Roman just doesn't show up enough for this to be pointed out every single time. Like, he's not involved in these full-on feuds. Like, what's been the Roman feuds? It's been the stuff with Heyman. Heyman has mentioned this. Heyman has said that, you needed the Usos to do it. You're nothing without them. You're nothing without the wise man. Like, you haven't actually changed with any of this. But people just don't like Paul Heyman. And because Heyman does dastardly shit as well. So Heyman is just more of a heel than Roman. But Heyman has done this.
Now I'm thinking about the Punk thing. Now I'm thinking about the Punk basically calling him, you are the heel. You are the bad guy. And the fans are not going to take it. Because Punk has been overdoing his own attempt at being a babyface. And now he's getting trampled on by Roman Reigns, who is the heel. And this is what's going to face. This is when it's going to force a double turn that's not really a double turn, because Roman, while he is the heel, will become somehow the de facto face that they've always wanted, by the way. And Punk is going to be the heel again as the champion who is basically bought out. His soul belongs to The Rock. That's where I'm at. But regardless, even if The Rock's not there, I still see Punk will be like, fuck you guys, I'm right. I was always right, but you don't respect me. You don't respect this. I'm screw you. I'm your champion, but I'm not going to be a champion for you. I'm a champion for me. And then Roman's going to have to be a babyface based on whatever the outcome of this match is going to be.
And that could happen. That's a very real possibility of that happening. Maybe the crowd cheers for CM Punk, and Punk ends up staying babyface, and Roman is just like, yeah, I did all these things, and I don't have any regrets about it, and I'm not going to apologize for it.
If they bring out Living Color again for year number 2, all of this probably doesn't happen. If he comes out and there's no Living Color to play him to the ring, and Roman gets like a chorus of people on the stage singing his theme, it's happening.
No,
it's happening.
Maybe.
We're going to look back on the March 10th episode. I've been saying this since Friday, easily, that this is where we're going. And then The Rock's going to come out and do he's going to take the soul. Telling you, man, soul is still in play. It's just not Cody's soul. It's Punk's soul.
Soul Ruka's soul.
It's Soul Ruka. She's out here taking soul X's and things. What a great Vengeance Day that was. We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about any of the weekend shows. All I will say, NXT Vengeance Day, that was fine. It was the most that was fine shows in the history of fine.
Yeah, that's actually fair.
Oh man, 10 Resistance is super chat saying also on point for me, but let's go with my AEW. So good. I could think TK might hit a silent killer this year with ROH and AEW. Hope CML and New Japan can get in there too. So AEW announced yesterday that they are starting up their new service called My AEW. It's going to be basically, depending on how much you pay, you'll get there's always a fast channel, which is basically just AEW content running 24/7 on whatever platform you're watching on, Roku, Fire Stick, just on the internet, whatever. So there's that. They are going to be launching a live Dynamite, live Collision episodes as well through the channel if you pay. Not in the US, not in Canada either, I believe, but there are ways around it. Brandon Thurston did a whole chart about how much you pay and what you get. Ring of Honor stuff is being added to it, along with Ring of Honor pay-per-views and AEW pay-per-views, depending on the tier that you pay. I see someone saying the Triller backup plan. I think that's a really good way to think about it. But one of the more interesting things that I saw, Jeremy, was the whole, if it's a 1 month, then you only get that month's pay-per-view. It's only one of the month's pay-per-views. So basically it's like if Double or Nothing and, I don't know, Death Before Dishonor happen at the same, or Super Card of Honor happen at the same time in a month, you only get one of them? Is that how we're treating this?
I'm not gonna pretend like I've looked into this a whole lot because I don't plan on using it. So
I get that makes sense considering you are in the States and therefore this isn't exactly for you. But I'm going to pull it up only because I found it really interesting the way that it was worded. This is here, I'll pull it up on the screen too since I have it, and everyone can look at it in case you haven't seen it. So boom, boom. So there's a $7.99 the monthly. You get the fast channel. You get AEW podcast, which by the way, we should absolutely be a part of the AEW podcast network. If they haven't done it yet, now's the time, Jeremy. We should be using our leverage to join their podcast network.
We don't have any leverage.
You're right. AEW Dynamite and Collision live, Ring of Honor, Honor Club TV live, pay-per-views live if during that month. So obviously if you pay for the month, and the AEW TV archive. Great. $19.99, so $20 a month. You get all those things, and you get one AEW pay-per-view airing during the current month. But they don't say if, I guess, the pay-per-view, okay, Ring of Honor is on its own then. So the Ring of Honor pay-per-view can be there. But if AEW runs 2 pay-per-views in 1 month, you don't get both of them. I guess All In, All Out would be the only real... No, but even then, All In's at the end of the month. And then All Out's usually at least 2 weeks later. Has there ever been 2 pay-per-views for AEW in 1 month?
Not the same month, but as you said, they have pay-per-views that are 2 or 3 weeks apart, because you would think monthly means 30 days. It doesn't matter when the 30 days are. It could be February 15th to March 15th, and there could potentially be 2 pay-per-views in that time. I know there's not, but again, there could be when it comes to that, because they've definitely had pay-per-views that have been you mentioned All In, All Out. Now I know that's not really the case now, but it certainly was a couple years ago. But yeah, they've had pay-per-views that have been 3 weeks apart. But I do think from the most part, I mean, Full Gear and World's End are end of the month. Maybe Dynasty and Full Gear fall within a 30-day package.
No,
not Dynasty. Sorry, Wrestle Dream. Sorry, Wrestle Dream. Yeah. Maybe that falls within the same 30 days.
Okay. So here's how we can do it. If it is a 30-day and it's not what month you're in, then technically Revolution and Dynasty are within or less than 30 days apart. Dynasty's on the 12th of April and Revolution's on the 15th.
Okay, so yeah, there you go.
So if it is a 30-day rolling, because that's the thing, what is month? Is it 30 days of your subscription, or is it the month of March, month of April? How does the billing work? Is it advantageous or is it disadvantageous based on month?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wouldn't sign up if in the middle of the month if I'm only getting charged for that month. It's got to be 30 days. Who the hell charges for a month when
I feel like the network was like that, where it wasn't prorated, but it was it doesn't matter when you signed up. You signed up and you paid $9.99 based on your sign up date.
Okay, maybe.
And again, the WWE Network's been out of bounds for almost 6 years now.
Yeah, it just feels like why wouldn't you just get the annual package at that point? Because that's only $10 a month instead of.
Well, that's what they want.
Well, yeah, that's just much smarter than paying $20 a month when you just get the annual package and then you're effectively paying $10 a month.
Sorry, I'm just the annual says Ring of Honor Honor Club TV, but doesn't say live. But meanwhile, the $19.99 does say live, and the pay-per-view too. It's an assumed thing, but it's just very funny to see it in the two different boxes and be like, does that mean you don't get live Ring of Honor if you pay more? Is that what we're saying?
Honestly, like the VPN kind of feels like a way to go here because you're getting all the pay-per-views for getting effectively $10 a month. You don't have to pay extra for any of this, like, right?
Yeah, no, that's why we push our VPN sponsor on the main. It is incredibly advantageous to be on this platform. At the same time, like there's the same thing in Canada. You can't get it in Canada because they have a deal with Bell. I don't know. I don't watch it in Canada. I watch Triller. I watch the Triller feed, and you know why I do it. This is I was talking to someone about this last night. I need to know for this particular setup if I can turn my VPN on and off while I watch. Because if I turn it on and it has to stay on for the majority or for the entirety of whatever I'm watching, I can't use it because I don't like to toggle my VPN on the entire time while I'm working on other stuff. So for me, that's an edge case. So I'm not saying like that should make or break what you do, but for me with Triller, I can log on, turn on my Triller, turn on the feed, then turn off my VPN, and I'm off to the races, no problems.
Why, if it's on like a different, not network, but different device, you just turn the VPN on that one and then have your VPN off on another device.
I'm working on this computer. I have two screens working here for a reason, is what I'm getting at.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I also, listen, I'll say this. My VPN has a data tap out, and I'm not going to use all my data on this. So.
Oh, okay.
I use whatever. They don't sponsor us. I use a different VPN than our sponsor VPN.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I've had it longer, honestly.
Right.
And it comes with a certain amount of data that I use to, again, log in, log out, and I'm good.
No, it feels like just get a VPN and, again, just pay the $120 for the annual, and then you get all the pay-per-views. You get Dynamite and Collision live, so you don't even need like HBO Max or whatever. Like, say you're an American using VPN. Like, yeah, you don't even need like HBO Max. You don't need any of this shit.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, this is a really big opportunity for AEW and getting not just money for their company, but also more eyes on their product. It's affordable and it's a good deal. And it's similar to what well, it's not actually because like I know I covered TNA, so like TNA is like $250 and you don't get the live TV unless you're
$250.
$250 is the annual rate.
What?
Yeah, because then you get the Temple pay-per-views.
Are they on crack?
Yes, they are. Let me go watch.tnawrestling.com. Yes. Here, we're going to take a look. We'll share this tab instead.
What the fuck do you get for $250 a year from TNA?
So nice. So $250 is the 1 year.
Yeah, as I said.
Where's the
TNA Plus specials?
$200. You get the pay-per-views as well. And you get Impact and Explosion, the full content library, and some of the extras.
Okay, you made it seem like you didn't get like Impact and stuff live.
But you don't get Impact live because, well, you do in the US, you don't in Canada. It says here, Canada, India, you get new episodes 2 weeks after broadcast. It used to be with TV, they put it all live, but now they don't. Yeah, and it's $200 a year. And it's really the pay-per-views that you're getting that are extra.
Okay.
But remember, here's the other thing with TNA, every single month that's not a pay-per-view, they will inevitably give you a free month of TNA Plus. That is a reusable code. So really, this 200 is paying for those 4 pay-per-views a year, which 4 by 40, what's that? 160?
I was told there'd be no math on this program.
160. So you can either have the whole thing plus the content. Anyway, you all get the idea.
I don't get anything, but all right, you made it seem like
it used to be
got none of that stuff.
Well, you would. So here's where with AEW, they're doing a monthly pay-per-view at this point, minus February and January. They're doing 10 pay-per-views a year at this point. And they've also added on Ring of Honor, which is another thing that was an extra money. There was extra money, $10 if you were doing Honor Club, plus Honor Club TV, which was also $10 included in this package we're talking about. This one is better for $120 compared to this one, where at least in Canada, I can't get Impact Live Thursdays. I can only get it 2 weeks afterwards.
Well, this is again, why don't you use the... I mean, I know you get Impact at 8 o'clock on Thursdays now. So.
Yeah, so for me, it's better. It's more advantageous. Yeah. The only thing that really counts here is, again, the pay-per-views. But I as I mentioned, for the $12.99 Canadian, I can get, you see here, 100% off month 1. It's because every single month, inevitably, they give you a free code for the show that they're running on Plus. So I can get that free month regardless. And they never cap you from using a code.
Okay.
So the only thing that you're paying $200 for is really for the pay-per-views at that point. Because you can watch Impact if you have cable or some sort of AMC hookup. You can watch it on that.
I don't think that the TNA... sorry, I was looking. Okay, I see.
I had to switch back. Sorry, I didn't realize I hadn't switched back.
No. I was looking at. I have it pulled up on my screen as well. I was trying to decipher why monthly at $10 wouldn't be the way to go over the annual at $160. But you get the pay-per-views with the annual. You don't get that with the monthly. You only get the live specials.
And so that $160. Once again, that $160. That is how much their pay-per-views cost normally if you watch them through Triller. They're $40 a month times 4.
Right, so but this is only...
The annual just gives you all of those for $160, which was the cost of their pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Because you can get the specials for free. You can get that monthly, 1 month off every month, regardless.
Okay, but not everybody wants to do that and stuff. So
it's so stupidly easy. They tell you during the shows, if you're watching TNA Plus, you can just go into
Nobody's watching TNA Plus.
Well, that's also a true point.
All right, I'll give TNA a half apology because you made it seem like for $250, like you got like nothing.
It used to be $250.
Okay, well it's not now.
It's gone down to $200 Canadian at least.
Okay, well it's $160 for the annual. Now look, I don't think this is nearly as good of a deal as the AEW stuff because AEW you got much more when it comes to live content. Now TNA, their library is more expansive. It's just got more history in it. Now, whether it's good or not is your choice. But AEW, you have all the pay-per-views live. You have 2 shows live a week instead of 1 show live a week. And you have the ROH stuff on top of that. And it's $40 less. So the AEW thing is a much, much, much better deal. I don't think the Impact thing is as bad of a deal as I thought it was when it was $250. $160 still absurdly high, honestly, because that's still over $10 a month. And like, why would I pay this much for fucking TNA? But it's not as bad as Joel made it out to be at first.
Still pretty bad though.
I do hope this AEW stuff forces them to like lower the price though. It's like, wait a second, AEW is only charging $120 for all of this and we're charging $160. We should probably come down on that because you're getting a lot more content on the AEW side.
Yeah, you are, but they're still slaves to their TV deals, regardless of company. So it's not like AEW is allowing US or Canada viewers to watch Dynamite Live for the price that they pay. That's
right, but I'm saying, I just assume everybody's got a VPN now. So.
You can't though. You can't assume. You're right.
I know. I get
You're right to make the assumption, but like it's still you can't assume that it's the way it is.
No, I know. I know. Even like people in our chat have mentioned like I don't understand how the VPN works. I don't have one and stuff. So I know that like not everyone does. I would look at it from almost the perspective that, well, most people are going to do this, so let's try to make it affordable for those people. Even if you're looking at making it affordable for your international viewers, again, it's still a much better deal for the international viewers when it comes to AEW versus TNA.
Ryan saying TNA is going to see the price. Add in the TNA hat to sweeten the deal.
I mean, then fair.
Shout out to Steph DeLander and her comeback GCW promo being like, no man in a 3-letter hat's going to tell me what I can do. That ruled. Oh God. Yeah, so I like my AEW rollout. I think it's great for me. And again, this is completely, like I said at the top, this is an edge case for me, whether or not my VPN has to be toggled on and off. That's what's going to make the decision for me. But for anyone else who's looking for the deal, I think it's absolutely warranted to get it. It's a good price. And if you are someone who uses a VPN and doesn't have any restrictions on it, oh, it's a slam dunk. That's a really good idea. And once again, AEW's podcast network, pick us up. We can be your Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 hookup. We can be your I'm not going to say the word busted open. I mean, we could be your morning show, AEW Podcast Network. We got you. Think about it. We'd have to change the sign in the background of your thing, but we could do it.
That sounds terrible.
Henry's saying, what do you mean toggle on and off? Exactly. Again, I'm an edge case. Don't worry about me. My VPN.
My AEW doesn't do VPN geo-locking, according to Delayed Grats.
So Delayed Grats, if I sign up and I turn it on, start a video, turn off my VPN, it won't shut me down. It won't kick me out, I mean. If that's the case, that will change what I do. But also, my Triller is still only $5 a month. So, and my access to AEW pay-per-view is different than all of you. So I've also got that.
Yeah, true.
Again, I am an edge case.
Yeah.
I very much appreciate the service, and I think that if I ever step away from doing what I do, I will absolutely jump on it. I'm just an edge case. It will kick you out if you shut off your VPN. So that's the thing.
Okay. I have enough screens and stuff. I would just put the VPN on my Roku over here and then put it all. Although I don't know if they have like a Roku app, but I got the 2 monitors here which are not tied to my laptop, so I'd put the VPN on that and watch it through that, and it would be fine. But it seems like a good deal, you know. I understand why. Hopefully it works out for them. I know Tenru's talking about like ROH deals and stuff. Like, I think if anything, this lessens the idea of an ROH deal because,
brother, you saw what they were taping with. Come on.
I don't think they are gonna I don't think there's an ROH deal imminent. I think if there was, they would have announced it by now.
Yeah, I think you got what you got, and that's fine. If they have my AEW, if it's a success and it gets more subscribers than what Honor Club has now, then you're in a pretty good spot. If you're Tony, you're making more money potentially off of this because it's your money. Well, I guess Honor Club is too. No, Honor Club, he has fees as well. So anyway, the point is, there's possibility to be doing really good business there. What podcasts do they have? They've got Unrestricted. They got the Games one. Does anyone else have like an official AEW podcast?
I don't think so. Maybe they're gonna add more.
I mean, I assume they are. They have to.
Can we not have like?
Brother, we are going to podcast. We are absolutely going to pitch doing Day After Dynamite. We're going to take.
Nah, we don't have the rights to that. It did start on this channel, but
we are going to take that show. We're going to pitch it to them, and we're going to be like, it's our show. We get to do it now. You don't get to do it. But now you can run in on it because it's part of your work. Come on,
tired of all these people doing podcasts.
Oh, the Renee podcast coming back? I'd love that. Renee's podcast is great.
Yeah, it'd be good if Renee did her show again. I could respect that. We couldn't do an AEW podcast. One, because you hate AEW, so we couldn't. Remember when
we just did this conversation?
What conversation?
The one where I go to more AEW shows than I do any other
Oh
wrestling
yeah, but stop. But don't
in
step
a
on the bit
calendar
here.
year.
Don't step on the bit.
Fair.
So
That's actually the bit is what's going to get us the deal. It's my hatred of AEW being on an AEW platform.
see, but they're not going to allow that. They're gonna, we're gonna have to say everything is great about the company.
No, but what if we don't? What if we're like, you have one dissenting voice and you guys can take all of your vitriol and just throw it at me? Wow, my mental health is going to take a thrashing.
They're not going to allow that.
You know what? Pay me money and give me a good therapist and I will do it. I will be that guy. I swear.
Y'all remember
Be your hero, baby. Sorry, what?
Y'all remember they used to one of them still did the show with Jensen. Doug, yeah. Who was his partner?
Bob.
No.
Sorry, I'm thinking Bob and Doug McKenzie. I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Bill? Was it Bill and Doug?
Maybe it was Bill and Doug. Regardless, are you sure?
Yeah. Remember they I think it was Bill. Or they did like the TNA like YouTube show and stuff. And they were always like very complimentary of TNA. And like then TNA like hired them and they did a podcast for like 2 weeks on like the TNA YouTube. And this is at a time when TNA wasn't very good. And they said some not like they were critical of it. And then TNA just shut that shit down. They were like, never mind.
Tell me what year this was, and it will make perfect sense. That's the thing.
I don't remember the years. Are you kidding me? I don't remember any of that stuff. But
the fact.
No, I think they were like they weren't even like super critical. They were just like, oh, this maybe wasn't great. But then they were also like praising stuff that was like really bad, and people got mad at them because they used to be like very fair to TNA. Like they would praise the good stuff, and then if stuff wasn't very good, they would be like, yeah, this kind of sucked. But they couldn't outright say this sucked. They like tried their best to like make sense of it and defend it. And then people were like, oh, you guys sold out and everything. And so like that shit ended after like 2 or 3 weeks because of all of that. So yeah.
Matt Camp will get a show. Sorry, I'm seeing Ryan in the chat talking about the bump. Matt Camp will get a show.
Yeah.
Although Mac's doing stuff for Bleacher Report right now, so I don't know. Who knows? Money is money. No, I was just thinking to myself. So Raven posted the photo of him with Rosemary and Allie from the TNA tapings.
Yeah.
And what's really funny is that I had someone who was at the TNA show and connected, like someone who's like me, like fan TNA, talks TNA, and this person saw Allie and Rosemary together. And apparently TNA was like, please don't talk about Allie being at the tapings. Please don't mention it. And like the guy's like, Raven posted a photo. And Raven still has that photo up as far as I remember. Oh, it's amazing. So Raven comes to the show, is on the show, and spoils the show. Good for him. Shout out to Raven.
Okay.
It's just very funny. Please don't spoil the tapings. One of your talent did already. Huh? All this to say, AEW should put us on their podcast platform.
What is these left turns we've been making today?
Well, sometimes you got to make a left turn.
We've made a lot.
Yeah, well,
like without a turn signal. Like we were talking about Raw, and like other stuff happened on Raw, and then all of a sudden we were talking to my AEW.
Did it though?
I mean, the Judgment Day stuff was like kind of important.
Finn Balor was jumped out of Judgment Day. He's going to be the demon at WrestleMania, and Dominic Mysterio is not the bad guy. But he is.
Pile driver finisher. Joel will always find a way to bring it back around to TNA.
You see that Steve Macklin got rehired via graphic?
Like, he will always find a way to turn it to TNA.
Don't you worry.
No matter what.
Don't you worry. Steve Macklin's back for the long haul, baby, according to TNA and nobody else.
He was mad that the graphic said re-signed. That was funny.
He should be, because he wasn't re-signed. Anyway, that's a whole... Doesn't matter. Nothing has changed. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. So Rey Mysterio is still a bad guy. Finn Balor is a good guy, and the Demon is coming. There won't be a title on the line unless one of them regains the Intercontinental Championship from Penta. So, woo, good,
Which
good
might happen.
segment, I guess.
It honestly might happen. I don't know why Liv didn't kick Balor in the dick when he was backing up. Yeah.
That's why I'm thinking, like, what's Roxanne Perez going to do? She was brought in because of Finn. They got to jump her too.
I don't know.
This thing.
Yeah.
Although I do find it very funny that he gets the ring bell and hammer, does Dominic Mysterio, and he's stuffing it into his shoe, and I'm like, this is awful. Like, why are you doing this? Because you normally have a boot. Why don't you put it in the back of your pants or something? And then he does the 619. I'm like, oh, there was a reason for it, but you just made it look incredibly awkward on the way in. I thought that shit was hilarious.
Let it play out.
Let it
why he put it in his shoe.
In his low rise shoes.
Tenruza, Joel was talking about Raven posting photos from a TNA taping. Yeah, I'd rather talk about Raw.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I don't.
You love Raven. Everybody loves Raven.
Raymond.
Gotcha.
Let's do it on that guy, Raymond. You know, everybody loves Raymond. Raven tried to charge me like $30 for an interview once.
Of course he did. But then you realize how much he knows about MMA, and you're like, shit, that could have been a good $30. Could have been $30 well spent. Oh, amazing.
I like the segment between the Judgment Day stuff. I don't know I don't know what Judgment Day's been for a while now. But now it's just Dom and JD are the main guys.
Now you see why I just don't give a shit. It's like, great segment, does nothing for anybody in the end. You got good heat. Dominic's still a bad guy. Finn is now going to be cemented as a good guy. He'll come out as the Demon. Woo, the Demon's back. And he's going to shake the ropes and fall on the floor, and Dominic's going to win.
I don't know about that, but I mean, what do you mean? It does plenty for Finn. He's a baby face now,
and he's over 40, so he can be a world champion again.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Finn's gonna main event WrestleMania next year.
I mean, you know what you can do? You can do Finn and Punk again. This time with the roles officially reversed. So there you go. Look at us. We found it.
I do think Judgment Day is gonna add. I don't know who, but it does feel like they gotta add to something, because Dominic's fine. Dominic obviously gets evil. Yeah,
let's do it.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Dominic obviously gets a lot of heat and everything. I like that Louis ruined Graze's evil in the chat.
Amazing. E, that's a Raven. V.
I do.
Danhausen should join.
Nah, he's already cursed Dom. Is he gotta lift the curse?
He's gonna join it and lift it and then become the leader.
Okay. Tony D'Angelo could actually maybe pull this off, because him with the wild hair on Saturday.
You mean Juice D'Angelo?
It looked pretty cool.
Tony D. Robinson?
They got to do something with Tony D'Angelo. He's stuck in NXT forever. Just call him up, give him a shot, see how it works out. Yeah, we'll see. But no, I don't know what this means for Judgment Day. It does feel like they're gonna add somewhere. Finn is a babyface. All right, I'm fine with that. He's been kind of stale as a heel for a little while now, and Roxanne is kind of a factor as well. Like you said, I don't know if she stays, but she's now friendly with Liv and Raquel. So
someone's got to go after the tag titles at Mania with the Bellas who are no longer on the TV show.
Yeah, they'll be back soon. Don't worry.
Don't you worry. Is that what they're telling the podcast people?
I mean,
you got tiny dicks, but we'll be back on TV soon.
Yeah, Brie was going in, man. Brie rules.
They're baby faces. I get the context.
Burying assholes is a babyface move.
I get it. I get the context was that she was telling assholes off, but it's just very funny that she is. Yeah, she's a baby.
This is going to be the biggest pop of the year when these guys all get back together. By the way,
yeah, they're all going to sit together on the couch, big Papa John's pizza, And Finn's gonna be like, "Well, I guess it's been long enough." And he sits down and eats a slice of pizza, and everybody cheers. And
It's gonna be one segment. It's gonna be they should just do it next week, honestly. They should just do it next week where like Finn like walks into the clubhouse and there's like no one there because, they've moved the clubhouse or whatever, and he's just like looking around and like Priest walks in and he's like, "How's it going?"
Oh, no. Finn should be walking into an empty clubhouse and being like, looks around and Damien says, "Hey, champ." And then Finn turns to Damien and says, "How come they don't want me, man?" It's a big old hug. And then Carlito comes back.
Yeah, I was gonna say Carlito ends up just like popping up. You just see him in the background. He's eating
You
his apple.
guys see my PS5?
They got the floating cope head there, like just going off. They got the TV on, right? And the DVD screen where it like bounces and changes colors and stuff. It's that, but it's the cope head that's just like on the TV, just like floating and bouncing and everything.
Every time it hits a corner, it makes a different face.
Yeah. That's how we do a Judgment Day reunion. Rhea's in there, Rhea walks in there as well. So that's how we get just the old school Judgment Day reunion. That shit would get such a pop too. That audience chants "Holy shit" at mass dudes. They're gonna go crazy for an OG Judgment Day reunion.
They're gonna light some shit on fire.
Like, the Judgment Day, one of the greatest groups in WWE history, even though they like didn't really accomplish all that much and kind of outstayed their welcome by 2 years.
Well, they won a world title and they won an intercontinental title and they got the AAA Mega Campeon. Like they've done stuff.
They were the tag champs. Yeah, they were the tag champs at one point.
So happens that like only and Liv was the women's world champion.
Rhea was the world champion too.
Rhea was the world champion. Okay, so they've done.
Yeah, they got plenty of accomplishments. It's just they were at the time where Bloodline was running hot, so they just look kind of weak in comparison. But
again, the biggest lost opportunity was when they came to Toronto and they didn't do the Judgment Jays. They didn't do the Jays logo all in purple, maybe with a little bit of bleed going on. They had such a good opportunity for the melting Jays, Judgment Jays logo, but they didn't do it.
Judgment Day reunion in 2026. It's gonna rule. I can't wait for it.
It's gonna 2025 is gonna be the year of the retirements. 24, 25, all retirements. Or sorry, 25, 26, all retirements. And then 27, it's gonna be the reunions.
Yeah.
DX is gonna get back together again. In AEW. No. Judgment Day is gonna get back together again. The Brood is somehow gonna get back together again.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, they can do that. Gangrel can be in
it's true.
AEW.
It's true. He can make another appearance. There you go. There's so many opportunities to do big reunions. Bully Ray is going to join the Judgment Day. I love it.
That sounds terrible.
It's going to tell everybody what a real wrestler looks like.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, well, here we are. Elsewhere on the show, number one contender for the Intercontinental Women's Championship, Bayley wins. I had to have a conversation with our social team about why Ivy Nile did not, in fact, win a match for the first time in almost 500 days, and how people were going to bury this thing. To which someone tried to contend, and I was like, everywhere you look, nowhere will it say Ivy Nile won this match. She did not. She got a pinfall in a gauntlet match. That's like saying Paul London is a former WWE champion, which we do not, by the way, acknowledge as reality. We do as a bit, but yes. Bayley's number one contender. Jeremy, you can say it. Joel, you were right. Like I said, AJ Lee was going to come in, be the fighting Intercontinental Women's Champion, face the women that she trained with, Lyra, Bayley, people she wanted to face, and go to WrestleMania and do possibly the Becky rematch, which, I mean, Becky was live tweeting Raw, so I have to assume that this is eventually her comeback.
Yeah. Bayley and AJ will be fun. It might be AJ's best match since she's only had like 3, but Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
That'd be a fun match. I'm looking forward to that next week. The Gauntlet was the best match on the show, but like there were 3 matches on this show, so it's not like there was a ton of competition, and one was a glorified squash. So there were 3, Joel. It was the Gauntlet, it was Penta and Grande, and there was Oba and Rusev. That's it.
I keep thinking that the Grandes went against each other, but that's next week.
Oh yeah, I'm so over that shit.
And wasn't it last week too? No,
it
was
feels
Grande
like they wrestle every week.
Yeah. It was Grande versus Bravo or Ryo, one of the
These Grandes have been part of WWE for a year now, and Gable's been hurt, but can we just move them into something else and not just the Grande universe?
Gotta wait until Rey de Reyes is over.
That's unfortunate.
That's okay. They spoil their own show when it's not airing live anyway.
Yeah, it is good in AAA. Like I will say that, because it's at least defined in AAA, because the Mexico crowd actually cheers who they want and boos who they want, and they play into that. Where in WWE they have no idea what they're actually doing, and they're just like, it's a fun, silly comedy bit.
Well, it's going to introduce Danhausen to AAA because now he's going to show up and you are cursed, and everyone's going to be like, he's already cursed. Like, well, watch the show.
The crowd is like chanting the curse now, like they're saying it.
Yeah,
with him.
Catchphrase. That's what WWE fans do. It's catchphrase.
Yeah, so like it's working for everyone who said that it might not. Like it is.
We all knew, and that's why I said when they did the debut, I was like, it's camp. It's entirely Danhausen is camp, and people will like it when they get to see what campiness is.
Yeah, he's gonna work in AAA too. Like,
oh yeah,
he's gonna get over there.
No problems. He's listen, man. He's entertaining, and he's funny, and he's stupid, and it's perfect. He comes out during the break, tosses a bunch of tosses a bunch of t-shirts to the crowd, but he doesn't individually he just does a whole batch of just here you go, spread them amongst yourself, and it's like that no one's gonna do that. This one guy's gonna be like, no, they're my shirts, I caught them fair and square, and then someone else is gonna be like, but you have all the shirts, and it's just a big fight is gonna ensue, and just being like, make sure that everyone gets one. Michael Cole, go buy one. It was very funny and very stupid, but that's what Danhausen is. It's perfect.
Yeah, rules.
Yeah, I'm not complaining about it at all. I think it's hilarious.
He's exactly who he needs to be in WWE. And again, this was always going to work because they love this shit.
Yes.
And he's very good at their style of just entertainment.
Nobody came in being like, oh, he's going to be a world champion. No, nobody credible thought that this was Danhausen's going to be a world champion in WWE. Everyone was like, he's going to come in, he's going to do his shtick, which is very, very silly and very funny shtick, and then he's gonna just have his career. He doesn't need to wrestle. I know he's saying in interviews now, he's like, I'll eventually have my debut. I was like, sure, whatever. You can listen. A wrestler is still supposed to wrestle. At the end of the day, he's still supposed to have a match. He doesn't need to win, and if he does, he can do it in the most my opponent slipped on a banana peel way possible. That's okay too. But he's not here to win the world title. And if he does, honestly, probably enjoyed a lot. This show, big turnaround.
He should beat Roman Reigns. Yeah, he should just win the title at this
Punk
point.
should lie down for his best friend, Danhausen.
Why doesn't he just curse everyone?
You should just come out to the ring and be like, everyone is cursed except for me.
Yeah.
And then he calls out Punk and wins the world title. That's right.
Yeah, they were always going to know what to do with Danhausen. I appreciate that you are that you own up to it, a rare beast. But yeah, this is what we said before he debuted and even after debuted, is like he's gonna be fine because he's great at their silly shit, and he's great at silly shit.
And Truth is good at it too. The Truth wanting to be serious thing was admirable. He has been a serious wrestler and a good serious character before, but not in WWE. Well, not credibly in WWE. It hasn't really been that way. He tried it with the Miz stuff and the smoking a cigarette and little Jimmy crazy shit, but even that had a little bit of camp to it. The the stuff with R-Truth now is it's just what truth is. Truth is just a little silly and stupid, and that's what Danhausen is too. Danhausen just wears paint. Seems wrong when I say it like that. But Truth comes out and he's fun and he's stupid too. Now he shaved his head, so he's going to be serious. And he's going to join the Death Riders after this contract finishes. Did you see that Rich Swann also shaved his head and his beard?
Yeah, he confused me. I was like, "Fuck is this?"
You want to talk about left turns?
Yeah, look, Joel bringing it back to TNA once again, as usual.
That one was just for you. I needed that one.
You will always find a way to bring it back to TNA.
Always, just for you, pal. Just for you.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing. What else happened on that show? Rusev and Obafemi had a match that ended with Oba winning the match, and Rusev once again looks like a dork.
I mean, was once again like he never stopped. You know what I was thinking during this match?
When does it end?
No, it was like 3 minutes. Like it was pretty short anyway.
Like a long 3 minutes in some points.
I was like, I miss Sheamus.
Yeah,
that's legitimately what I was thinking during this match. I was like, man,
that he's injured.
Sheamus would fucking rule with Obafemi. Like, give him like actual time, not like 3 minutes. Like, just let Sheamus go out there and wail on him and get Oba fired up off of that. That's what I was legitimately thinking during this match. Shout out to Sheamus. I hope he's doing well.
I'm sure he's having the time of his life during his rehab stint. Gray saying Rusev Day is coming back soon. You know what? Danhausen and Rusev paired together. It's Rusev Day.
I don't think they're gonna do that again.
I don't think so either. But here we are. Tenrisa said, "Need Bayley, Lyra, and Shayna at Wrestle Queendom."
Well, I respect that Tenrisa is.
You might get one of them, and unfortunately, it's not going to be the first two that you mentioned. And I don't know if the third one's going to get on a plane to go across the pond anytime soon to wrestle. So there is that. Yeah. And then he adds, also no super chats for a bit. Don't want top weed. Hey man, we can just take you out of the running, and you can keep sending money. It's okay.
You gotta you're in it, but yeah, you should still send us money. Send
us all your money.
You don't even know like what the video is yet.
Yeah,
so,
could be nice. You could be saying nice things about. Oh, it's not.
No.
Why did you spoil it?
No, I haven't gotten it yet. But the for what I wrote, it's not.
Oh, by the way, going back to Danhausen, I don't know why this popped off more than the Triple H thing did. Did you see this? He did his Danhausen is patiently awaiting to be.
Oh yeah. It's like
and I just did this.
That's very good.
I got you, big Doghausen.
That's good. Did he reply?
No, but for some reason the views in this, like, I don't know.
Did he like it?
No, he's nowhere to be found on the stupid tweets.
He didn't reply or like it. He just no-sold it.
I think anything that I attach him on that has something to do with the bosses, he just does not interact.
Yeah, but he can like it because likes aren't. I mean, I guess you could be one of those weirdos who screenshots likes.
That's the problem. I'm not one of those people. I would not be doing that. But
yeah, but he doesn't know that,
and he doesn't know that stuff. Like, he and our interactions are very few and far between. They've been pleasant, but yeah, this one and the Triple H one. That's the only time that I put paint on anyone in WWE in the Danhausen mask, and of course they're bosses. So I just don't think he wants to. Interact with that part. But it's very funny that I went to my PT and I came back. And I'm like, well, why the fuck did this take off? And I was looking for him to have reacted to it, and I'm like, nobody here is like a heavy hitter. Like Andrew Zarian was the only one who retweeted it. But it was just very funny and very strange. Anyway, he should be in the Hall of Fame tomorrow.
I mean, fair.
Yes, should be that way. Anything else from Raw that we need to talk about?
It's a great show.
They've been on a run of great shows?
No, they have not been on a run of great shows. I don't even know if it was a great show. It was better than recent shows. I'll give them that. No, I don't know. What was your moment of Monday,
Wait,
Joel? What?
Breaking news?
What? Oh God, with TNA.
Former Maryland Terrapin, former NFL defensive lineman AJ Francis has re-signed with TNA for the remainder of 2026. He said a major reason behind the decision is the continued exposure and growth of the partnership between TNA and AMC. You can watch AJ Francis on AMC or an hour earlier on Sportsnet in Canada on Thursday nights. There you go. Breaking news. TNA breaking news. AJ Francis. One more time.
How drunk would I get on this show if I took a shot like every time Joel did a left TNA turn?
Today it was only about 4 of those, so you'd be fine.
Yeah, but like you do it a lot, and so
well, that's
it would add up.
Look at the days I have to do this show, right? It's mostly the Friday show.
This is a Monday. This is a Tuesday show, and you're still doing it. What do you mean? Look at the days I have to do this show.
What else are we going to talk about?
You're going to do it regardless.
Fair. Oh, that's good stuff.
TNA left turns. You made my AEW stuff about TNA.
Yeah, I did. It was great. They should hire us, by the way. Podcast Network. Let's go.
TNA or AEW?
Who cares? Pay us.
That's the only reason press conferences are good. Is
the last time we were good.
Yeah, I think I was drunk during that too. So.
It makes sense. Everyone was. It was Fastlane in India. Who cared?
Yeah, because I think I was in North Carolina.
You're right. Yeah. India was.
Yeah, after my dad had passed, and so I probably had a couple of drinks. I might have smoked as well. So, I was like, yeah, this press conference is even better.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, this show, I swear. All right. Where are we?
What was your moment of Monday, Joel?
When you get a bunch of people in the ring and they go bloop, 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 and then one takes his mask off and shows you he's the big star, and then they go bloop, 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 and then he puts the mask back on and then go bloop, 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 bloop. And then did he take the mask off again? Can't remember. Regardless, that was the moment.
My moment of Monday happened as usual. Joel just steals what I would typically like to say because I always do the comedy stuff, but that's
gotta get serious, pal.
Yeah. My moment of Monday happened during the 10 to 10:30 hour when the best in the world once again proved why he was the best in the world, and he silenced all of the doubters. He made points. He got the crowd on his side when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander knocked down not one but 2 threes to ice out, balloons for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to ice out the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, I went basketball. I don't give a fuck about wrestling, everybody. I didn't watch that segment last night. I watched it on replay. I didn't watch it live. I was watching Shai Gilgeous-Alexander cook the Denver Nuggets last night to show why he's the best in the world. Sports. It's going to be the death of me here in a few months.
Can't wait. NXT tonight. Oh, what's this?
Highway robbery. What do you want? What do you want me to say? Blame Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard was like, I need to play with Paul George. And so OKC was like, give us Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Clippers were like, okay. So what do you want me to say? Blame the Clippers. Don't blame Kawhi Leonard. Don't blame my team. Sorry that my team's rules. I'm going to ban Louis. It's Lou Dort Day. You can't be mean.
Well, he's talking about Lou Dort.
He's trying to, antagonize me.
Can't do that. NXT is tonight. Speaking of antagonizing people.
Oh God.
Laney Reed takes on Sol Ruka for some reason. We gotta get to that triple.
Yeah, why is this a match?
Who knows? so that Lainey Reed can get beat up.
I know. Lainey Reed's in Fatal Influence, even though Booker T doesn't know she's in Fatal Influence.
Booker T doesn't know much.
That ruled when Booker T was like, JC Jane and Fallon Henley and like, it's Lainey Reed, Book.
Where's that soccer girl? Where's that soccer girl?
It's like, it's Lainey Reed, Book. Yeah, I was getting there. I was distracted by JC Jane.
Nice try. Tavion Heights and Charlie Dempsey team up to take on Lexis King and Uriah Connors.
Who could possibly care?
I'm sure Charlie Dempsey's going to turn on Tavion Heights and join Lexis King and Uriah Connors, and he's going to lead the new stable that David Finlay rightfully rejected.
He's not a birthright, though.
Charlie Dempsey?
Oh, Charlie Dempsey. I thought you said Tavion Heights.
No, he's going to turn on Tavion Heights.
Oh, okay.
And then join.
How's he going to turn him on?
Probably give him a little thigh rub, you know.
We get in trouble for those around here. Don't say that.
It's not my channel.
Don't say that.
As you do. Jasper Troy, Eli Knight, and Sean Legacy in a triple threat. Should be a lot of fun. I'm sure Jasper Troy will just beat the shit out of people, and then Sean Legacy will get the win. Right?
Maybe.
I don't know. Jasper Troy, who so desperately wants that title back that he doesn't really care that he lost in the first place. Women's Speed Championship. Number 1 contenders tournament final, the most important match of the night. Thea Hale and Ren Sinclair. Thea Hale better win.
Yes.
None of this Ren Sinclair's big 2026 conversation.
Wait, this is for the title?
No, number 1 contender.
Oh, I was about to say, I didn't think Ren Sinclair was the champion.
No, winner gets to face Fallon Henley for the speed title.
Okay.
I assume it's next week.
That makes sense. I assume Ren Sinclair is going to win.
Thea should be winning. Should be Thea Hale versus Fatal Influence. And Thea.
Why were people being mean to Thea Hale over the weekend?
I think Blake stuff. I think people blame Thea Hale for the trajectory of Blake Monroe the last little while. Which I think is horseshit. If that's the case, I'm completely. I don't know for sure, but that is the only read that I have on it, and I think it's stupid because, like, she said it herself right at the top of the video. Like, she's 22, man. What were you doing at 22?
Yeah, I think people
none of that.
Forget that.
Yeah,
because she's been on TV for a while now. And like I forget that she's that young. I'm just like, oh yeah, she's been there for a while. She got to be at least like 25, 26, but she's still young. Like Javon, like I forget Javon is as young
like
as he
19, isn't he?
No,
I always default that they're very young. And
yeah.
Again, just there's no reason to attack these people for anything. Attack their creative. That's fine. They'll even be okay with that. So Lainey was another one. Over the weekend, apparently someone said some shit about Lainey Luck having Crohn's, and she took offense to that. And it was just like, no podcaster, blah, blah, blah. And no podcaster is going to make me feel bad. And then some people tried to point to Pulowski's comments about Lainey's character having Crohn's disease. Because Lainey talks about it in her promo. Mm-hmm. So whoever this person was tried to pitch it back as like, oh, Alex did this. It was like, no, he didn't. Because Alex said from a creative standpoint, like, it's great that you've overcome Crohn's or that you've managed to wrestle with Crohn's, and it's a shitty disease to have, no pun intended, sorry. But like at the end of the day, look at who's going to be writing for you on main roster. The only thing they're going to know about Crohn's disease is that it affects your digestive system, so they're going to make poop jokes. And someone pointed that to Lainey, and she's like, no, that's fine. That's talking about creative. Like, I don't care about that. Like, that's in fact, like, that's funny. But someone, I guess, went after Lainey for having whatever it was. It was just another stupid, like, too many people on the internet have opinions and too many people have a microphone. And it's over. And it's stupid. Stop being dicks to wrestlers you don't know. Or ones you do know.
Dicks to anybody. How about that?
Well, you know.
Whether you know them or not. I mean, if they deserve it, fine. But, you know, I don't feel like these people deserve it. But I saw that the people were being mean to Thea Hale, and I'm just like, I mean, my timeline's pretty curated to where people are nice to Thea Hale, or they don't mention Thea Hale at all, although we all should.
Yes.
You know, again, in complimentary ways. But I saw that, I was like, man, what the fuck did Thea Hale do wrong?
again, I think the only thing I can point to is just that incident with Blake on TV. That's it.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's still like it still sucks, but it makes sense.
No, man, there's no reason for people to be up in arms over something that happened, and they rectified it. Like they made a little story out of it, and it got a little bit more out of it. So, regardless, I think that Thea Hale should continue to be Blake Monroe's kryptonite. Every time they face Thea, should always win. That's the end of the story. That's it. WrestleMania 45, Blake Monroe, Thea Hale, the main event.
Nights.
Yes, both nights. It'll be a 2-chapter event. I don't know where the show's going to be at that point. Nashville, Tennessee.
Probably Saudi. I just assume the rest of the WrestleManias are in Saudi.
From now on, that's it. Back to Saudi. They give us a lot of money. I don't care what people say. Yeah, probably. Anyway, we missed one match. Miles Bourne and Joe Hendry team up to take on Ricky Saints and Ethan Page. Double turn?
Did we miss it? Double turn.
Miles Bourne turns heel. Ethan Page turns face. Not this match, but
what?
Down the line soon. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think?
Have you been hanging out with Dwight Howard?
No. You know what I'm trying to say. Listen, Miles Bourne needs to get some badassery into his. He's trying to shoot a shot. Ethan Page is no. Okay, it's probably not going to happen. Am I kidding? Just do a double turn. Just do a double turn for the one time nobody's calling a double turn, except for me. Joe Hendry's the heel here, by the way. Don't let anyone fool you. He kicked the man in the dick. Okay.
That's a babyface move.
It's a babyface move in my world, but he doesn't get that babyface moment out of it. He doesn't deserve it.
That was, SV3 and I talked about it yesterday, but like that was just so weird booking of
terrible.
We're gonna do serious Joe Hendry, and then he has to win through like cheating and everything. Like, oh, he's not that serious. Like, he's not really that much of a threat. He's still kind of a jerk. And look, I don't mind like, kind of babyfaces cheating a little bit. Hulk Hogan was a giant ass cheater as a babyface. Like he, raked eyes and bit people, and then would use nefarious means if they presented themselves and then things like that. So it's not like the end of the world that he did this. I just thought for the story of that match, it didn't make sense for Joe Hendry to do that.
Well, turnabout is fair dick kick.
I guess so.
I'm surprised that they're not doing a concert tonight to celebrate Joe Hendry's big victory.
I'll give it time.
Right, I forgot there's a time for concerts. There's a time for tag team matches.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true, but also, like, just give it time for them to, like, add it. They'll do a concert before the match. It'll lead into
They'll open up with it.
Yeah. They'll do that bit. This is, like, my favorite bit in wrestling is where they do, like, a segment, and they're like, they issue the challenge and everything, but, like, the match is already announced. You know what I'm saying? Like they do this every now and again where it's like, yeah, I want to face the top competition tonight. And then here comes so-and-so to like answer the challenge. And it's like, yeah, they put this out on social media like 5 hours ago that this was a match tonight. They'll do that tonight. They'll do a Joe Hendry concert, and then Ethan and Ricky will interrupt. And then Miles Bourne will come out. And then who's the Thor? Oh, they don't have an authority figure. I guess Robert Stone will be like, tonight. Yeah. Tonight we're gonna do a tag team main event, and everybody's like, "Yeah, you announced this yesterday."
Do you think that by Stand and Deliver or before Stand and Deliver, they'll just drop the interim thing and just make not even talk about it, and Robert Stone will just be the guy?
No, they'll like reference that they're dropping the interim portion of it. Yeah, it might still be Robert Stone. Like he's been doing well, I guess.
I don't think there's anyone else that could be doing it.
Well, people have mentioned like Shayna, but I don't know. Like, I don't mind Shayna doing that. I do think like part of me believes they'll go with a woman just because
you got two guys.
They have two men on the main roster, and they had Ava in that spot, and so they're like, we need a woman in this role because Evolve had
Stevie Turner.
Yeah, Stevie Turner, and then she left. Yeah. So they're just kicking out the women.
Although there was a rumor that Thatcher was going to take over as the GM of Evolve.
Yeah, I did see that. He's been wrestling every now and again on Evolve, so Maybe he'll like be the GM. He's giving out WWE ID contracts out there, so
Good for him.
yeah, maybe he'll be the GM. Well, I mean, if that's the case, like it does feel like they're gonna make like an equality play and give Shayna the NXT GM. Carmella as the GM would be cool. What?
Yeah, they'd have to bring her back for that.
Yeah.
Hey, Steph Delander, you want to come back to work? Yeah, sure. What are you thinking? General manager. Do I wrestle? Maybe.
Would she take that?
Steph?
Yeah.
I can't speak for her motivations.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that it comes down to how badly do you want to still wrestle versus how much money do you think you can make from this opportunity. And I don't know what's going to push her to make that choice. Like she's doing a triple threat. Her return to the ring is a triple threat in Poughkeepsie next month, I think.
No, so, it's literally this weekend.
Is it this weekend? I thought it was. Oh shit! Well, I mean, there you go. I thought she at least had a few weeks to get ready.
No, it's
in fairness, she's been ready. Like she's been training.
Yeah, it's Indy Hartwell and J Rod. Is who she's facing. So yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, I was gonna say I like the idea of like Steph being on my screen. I think she's entertaining as hell. I think she's a very good authority figure, just like from the way she speaks, from the way she's built as a human. Like she's bigger than most people on that roster. Like she has an authority about her. So I'd like it, but obviously it's up to what her plans and goals are.
Yeah, I don't know if she would take it either, and it'd be her call. I mean, I'd like to see her in a role like that. I think it'd be fun. But obviously, if she wants to wrestle, she probably ain't wrestling in that role. So you gotta sort of give that up. I mean, we saw with Aldous, like he effectively gave that up. Like he was still very active as a wrestler, and now his wrestling career will never be mentioned again.
Who? What wrestler? When did that happen?
I think Sonya might end up with the NXT job, the SWAT, the salute.
They should finish the. This is your left turn, not mine. This has always been the problem with bringing in the SWAT, is you cannot effectively pay it off because it's not going to be Santino versus Daria Ray. I mean, you could. TNA does
do that,
but like Daria has said that she's done wrestling. Like she doesn't see herself wrestling again. So it's like unless she gets what's the word? Someone to wrestle for her is a word that I'm thinking of that I can't remember right now. But
proxy
is one of those words. Yes.
Okay.
Unless you get someone to wrestle for her.
Representative?
No, that's a little too on the nose. Regardless,
okay.
if she got someone to wrestle for her and Santino beats that person, first of all, fuck you. Second of all, there's just if that person wins, then I guess Santino gets to be the general manager of whatever of NXT or Evolve, which I hate equally. So
no, I think it should just be like they say that Daria maybe hasn't done a good enough job. This kind of puts TNA over, sort of. They're like, oh, I've talked to the AMC, I've talked to the Walter White, and the Heisenberg, and the Pinkman, and they say that you have not delivered how they were expecting to. Your blue meth is only at 95%, and we need more pure. But ultimately it ends with him saying they have banished you to the NXT. And you can go work there now. And like they think this is a big deal of like, oh, but Daria's like, sweet. I get an upgraded job. I get to go to NXT.
This is all terrible. My point being, Daria Ray doing the NXT thing, sure, fine. That's great. Then she doesn't have to go. She doesn't have to leave her, her state if she doesn't want to, because I'm pretty sure she's still in Florida. So yeah, she could just do that once a week and work at the PC. I'm sure she'd be fine with that. But I don't know. I really just think they're gonna drop the Robert Stone as interim, and he's just gonna be general manager, and we'll never talk about it again. It's just gonna, it happened. Or they'll do a social thing where it'll be like, really proud of the work you've done the last few weeks, son. I want to give you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expect, honestly.
General manager treatment. And it's like, oh, thank you, son. Thank you, Heartbreak. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. And then that's going to be it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expect if they're gonna do it. Like, I don't think they'll just outright drop it. Like, they'll reference it, but I don't think it's gonna be like this big thing. It's gonna be Shawn Michaels or William Regal. It's like, you've done a great job, or you're just the full-time general manager, and he's like, then you should fire somebody immediately.
You are fired. You want to get the heat over right away? Turn to Danhausen, and you are fired. Danhausen's like, I was just visiting. What's this about? Get Detective Danhausen on the case of the lost job.
We need Detective Danhausen.
I am paying big money to make that happen. That should be one of the on location packages. You pay X amount of money and you get to be on the creative team, and one of your pitches gets used. It cost me $100,000, but we got Detective Danhausen on the case. Detective Danhausen in. You wasted your money. Well, thank you, Dan. Anyway, we're back tomorrow. Oh God, it's you and me tomorrow.
Are you? Yeah, it's you again.
Oh, it's me again.
I'm gonna be up late watching the Avs and the Oilers game too.
We're gonna talk about NXT, and if that show ends in a DQ, we are so screwed.
I missed SP3 today because we were supposed to talk way more basketball. I was, getting really excited to talk about basketball, and then you made me talk about way too much TNA.
You're welcome. Yeah. We owe the people. The people need their TNA talk. Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
How else will they know what's going on in TNA?
There's a post show allegedly.
Yeah.
On this, not this channel, but another channel.
Yeah, we do it. It's great. It's live at 10 o'clock on Thursdays, unless they do a live show, which, by the way, live shows still suck. So our shows then suffer as well. Anyway, we're back tomorrow. Jeremy and I will talk about God knows what. But we'll be here, 10 a.m. Eastern. Jeremy, plug Roundtable and all the other stuff.
Roundtable.io/NBA. Go sign up.
Put some money in Jeremy's pockets. It's free for you. And he gets something out of it. I don't know what it is, but something. And he'll appreciate you. Might even buy you a cameo from Donovan Dijak.
No.
No? All right. Well, fine. Yeah. Go check out my interview with Drea Mitchell. It just dropped yesterday on this channel. I really hope you guys take a moment to watch it because she was part of Lodestone, Bayley's camp, the seminar, and she's got a lot to say about that. And we get to find out her experience being a Teletubby at Mystery Wrestling. She was a Teletubby at Mystery Wrestling. So talk about that. Y'all are going to see a lot more of Drea Mitchell. She's had some standout matches lately. She's been going to the States again, or not again, but she just started with the Jada Stone match last month. That was very good at Limitless. So she's getting matches. I think she's got a Mercedes Martinez match that just got announced as well. So there you go. She's getting big time matches, and she is young into her career. So check out Drea Mitchell. There's a few more coming both to this channel and over on the main channel. So for Jeremy Lambert, you know who I am. You know who he is. Leave a thumbs up on the way out. Ladies and gentlemen, friends of me on the binary. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.